it's some people hating big time. But it's people hating on this campus. You are freaking African Americans plus Mark. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm rocking with Mark because Mark is rocking with us.
Welcome, Internet, to the Play Some Video Games podcast. It's your boy, Dad Ninja Dev, joined as always by Delvin and the Black Al Pacino. Somehow Donnie is now Delvin this week. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Florida.
That's fine.
You can blame Florida, that's for sure. It's
Blame
Florida's
Florida.
fault. Everything is Florida's
Donnie
fault.
should be the Black Al Pacino. I like that.
I don't know why that's that funny, but that's that funny. Like that fits really well. I am the Black Al Pacino.
Why the hell is your name the Black Al Pacino?
I don't know.
Let's just start there.
Like Al Pacino.
What the heck?
Plus, he
there's
has one
the
of
episode title.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Plus, he has one of the greatest lines in the history of movies when he just says, "Great ass." I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Hoo-ah!
Ooh-ah. I remember watching that shit. Like, what the fuck?
Isn't he like a soon proud papa to be?
I
The
think
right
he might,
age
I
of
think
like
he,
88 or something.
Right.
I think she
Right.
might have had the baby, and I think she might have got a broke up with her soon after.
Damn.
You would know. You're really into the. Delvin's got his ears to the scene. I was gonna say the streets, but it's not the streets; it's the scene. He's all about
Streets
like
too.
Delvin is really all about like what's popping, what's happening, like
You're
that viral
really
thing.
into the pop
Delvin's in
culture.
on. Like yeah,
Mhm.
he's in it. He's in the culture. He's in the zeitgeist.
I am the culture. I'm the zeitgeist.
That'd be your new rapper
Yeah.
name, the zeitgeist.
He'd have to
Not a
be a
bad
rapper
name.
first. If you're not a
Wow.
rapper, you don't get to get a rapper name.
It's true.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I've never heard any raps. There's
Not
no
one
tapes.
bar.
There's nothing. Not a
No
single
rhyme,
bar.
no poetry, not two words that
Nothing.
rhyme together. Kevin
All I'm seeing
has
right now,
rapped more on the Psvg podcast network than one
is false.
Delvin wants you to think he was a rapper once.
It's the
Cocked.
truth.
that is not true.
It's the truth.
Canadian
It is
just
the
called
truth.
you a poser hoser.
Oh,
We don't listen to Canadians here. We don't need that. They like moose and stuff. They used to watch like
Jesus.
Rocky and Bullwinkle and shit in their country. We don't
What's wrong
we
with
don't take
Rocky and
advice from them.
Bullwinkle? Why are
A
you
lot.
come out throwing hands
A
around
lot.
Bullwinkle?
No.
he knows he watched
had
Rocky and Bullwinkle. I
we-
don't know
we
why you
had
let him,
He-Man
why
over
you
here.
We know
felt like
he watched
didn't.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. We know
He
Delvin.
sure did.
No.
100% Delvin did.
No.
Absolutely.
I did not watch
Sure did.
Moose and Squirrel.
Oh God. That's how you know he watched it.
No.
Yeah, he did. It's cool. It's cool. It's all right.
Watch the real American cartoons like G.I. Joe. Fuck yeah, America.
G.I. Joe's a great cartoon.
Tramp.
Did you guys see the
Transformers
thing I
and
posted?
He-Man.
I was watching TikTok the other day and Guts came up and I forgot all about that show.
Oh,
Remember
Gus, the
that?
TV show? I remember that.
Nickelodeon, they had that damn mountain they make kids climb.
The aggro
And they'd
crag.
like throw blocks and shit at them and
Man,
try to knock
I wanted to
them
do
down.
all of that shit so bad as a child.
Yeah. I used to love those shows because the whole point of those shows was fucking kids up. Like, you just
Yeah,
climb
they,
up this-
like the kid would go to hit the buzzer and then like a smoke machine would go off in their face.
go on their face.
Absolutely.
Double dare with the hand that was slap the shit out of the kid
Just
when they
slapped the shit out of you.
on the physical challenge. All the shows just about beating the shit out of kids, and I loved every minute of it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's such a
And
great.
then you go from that to
Such a good
American Gladiators. I want
Yeah.
to do that shit too.
I
Man,
still haven't watched
I
the
gotta watch that
documentary on
documentary. Me either. I gotta watch that shit. So I loved American Gladiators. I went to
It's
a live
good.
taping.
It's a good documentary.
that. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I got to tell you. Now, the more I think about it, the more I realize American Gladiators shaped my taste in women.
Not
some of
me.
them-
Yeah, not mine.
No,
Some of them,
yeah,
some of those little muscular
I'm
women.
not with you there.
Nah, I am.
I'm
But
not
it's
putting
funny,
down-
yeah,
I'm
like-
not picking up what you're putting down.
It's funny, like
I-
in the documentary they talk about like how often they had to compete and how little they got paid, of course, and then like they tried to
Mhm.
unionize and they got rid of that dude. Like that person was fired like instantly. And like they used to, and a lot of this stuff, because I just watched a TV show, I didn't know, like, but apparently they would travel around the country and like you could go try out against the gladiators. And they were
Yeah,
like
that was
having
a
this
thing.
stuff. They were just doing this like every day. And there was like this one dude, I don't know where they found him, Iowa or Nebraska or something. This real stout dude who was like actually beating the gladiators and embarrassing themselves. And they were all stuffed in on this tour bus. So of course, everything that you would imagine when you put like 19
Mhm.
bodybuilders on one tour bus happened. It was an entertaining.
A lot of fucking.
It was entertaining. It was fun.
Fucking and drugs.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. Good times. Good times had by all until they weren't.
And they recorded a lot of it. There's a lot of home video.
Yeah, I gotta watch that
remember that-
documentary. Man, I used to love that
Yeah.
show.
There was an episode with a guy or one of the contestants who I guess they didn't like, and they was fucking him up the whole show.
Oh, and I
'Cause
mean,
you can tell when they don't like.
one of them is like super narcissistic and like it just comes off, you know, like, and I'm sure we all knew that at the time, but like he is that way in real life. That's just him. It's
Probably-
not like it's
probably
not an
Nitro.
act. It is I think it is Nitro. Yeah, it's
Nitro,
100% Nitro.
absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you don't.
You hear him
don't
talking
call
about
yourself
himself like he
Nitro.
was accomplishing the greatest feats like in human history. It's like, dude, you were in spandex. Like you worked out, you got in spandex, and like you tackled like mid-American dads. Like chill.
Right.
Yeah.
If you were that great, you would have been playing football instead of on this
100%.
TV show on the
Yeah.
weekends.
He's just like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really sells himself. I mean, good for him. I mean, I guess you have to. Like, if you're gonna be in showbiz,
You got to, right?
yeah, you got to.
Because I mean, you would think that doing that, you transition to maybe wrestling, like
Yeah, he
WWE,
probably would have
like-
been an excellent wrestler.
like
But
Yeah.
it's hard to watch. Like, it's not a great like. It makes for a good heel. Let's put it that way.
yeah.
You know, like in a documentary, you just listen to these people just talk and talk. And you're like, dude, I hate this guy.
Oh, shit.
I do wish that American Gladiators would have kept going and they had the evolution, and it just would have just turned to the Running Man eventually.
I wasn't
Like,
into
that's
that
the
American
future I
Gladiator. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of watch it, but like, I wasn't like, I never had like figures or like watched it routinely. I like,
Oh no,
if I was like
I
home
had
from
toys.
school and flipped channels and it was on, I may stop for a minute, but I wasn't that into
Nah.
it.
I wanted to get to
mean-
the Running Man.
I was into that. Was that Masters tournament? I got into that when I was a little kid for a little bit.
Oh, WMAC Masters.
Yeah, that.
You
that
remember
was
this
shit at
damn?
all.
my gladiators.
Nah,
thing. That
nigga, I
was
don't
the
know
shit.
that.
It literally, you remember this? It was literally like Mortal Kombat for kids.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
like it was like every week they would have like these martial artists. They would fight it out in like this arena, and they would dressed up like fucking Mortal Kombat characters. It was the wildest thing.
yeah, 100%. I
Yeah,
watched.
they
that.
all
I
had, like-
watched
not familiar
that.
at all.
That was too cool.
Show was great. Yeah, he was
I
too
just,
cool.
And then
doesn't sound
I
familiar.
watched, like I watched kids things. I watched, the Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, like whatever was on cartoons.
Dad was too busy listening to his Rakim mixtape and combing his waves.
Nah, man.
Turn that shit off.
I was out.
I'm listening
on
to
the
some
course
cool G
hoping,
rap.
All right. I was hoping, son.
Well, I was like
Listening to
7. So,
Right. That's the other thing. You
Dev,
were,
Dev,
you were
Dev,
definitely younger than
Dev
us.
was too. Dev was too.
First of all,
Listening to the Above the
sir.
Rim soundtrack and shit.
Hey, do not hate on the
Why
Above the
you
Rim
playing?
soundtrack. That is my. That was my get hype before a game soundtrack. Don't play. Pump goes
wow,
on.
you just read him like a book.
He sure did.
Exactly.
I fucking
What
He
is-
love
struck
that
a chord.
soundtrack.
He's like, wait a minute.
You gonna put some respect on the Above the Rim soundtrack, all right?
With the Reebok pump song.
No. We don't do Reeboks here, sir. Nike's only. Nike's only.
gotta pump up my shoes so I can jump high.
Mm-mm.
We fell for the stupidest shit.
Maybe you did.
That was the
I did not
90s.
have. I did not have no pumps.
Especially the early 90s.
I can-
like,
I couldn't afford
Before the
Reebok
internet.
pumps. I was wearing Sauconys.
Sauconys. Yeah, no. Nah. Good times. Good times.
Yeah.
All right, Devin, let's start with you. You have down that you played just Prince. Were you just listening to the artist, or what the hell is this? What is going on?
Yes. I was listening to the artist while watching the Chappelle show and saying "game blouses." No,
You
I
guys
played.
want some
I played.
pancakes?
I played so little of Prince of Persia. I only played Prince. Didn't get to the Persia part. Like,
Gotcha.
Just like all right, I'm here. I played like the intro level and a little bit after that. It's a beautiful goddamn game. I will say that. I found myself like staring at the backgrounds because they were so like clear and like crisp. Like, wow, this is a nice looking game.
You playing on PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation. And so far I like it a lot. I like it. The combat's fun. The story is interesting. I don't want to spoil stuff for people because people are probably still getting into it. I haven't gotten to the part where you're like in the world yet, but I'm still in the intro levels of it. It's pretty fun. You got to go.
No, you're in the world, sir. You're in the world.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. You go through. Is it level based?
No.
Just wait. It's not level based, but like
no, there's no
where
levels.
you're just in it. Just keep going.
It just keeps unfolding.
Because I asked because like I started it, then I had this long cut scene. Like, oh, you have to go here and save such and such now. Like, okay. So I'm assuming that leads into the whole dungeon and all that good stuff, and that's where the actual game is at.
Sure.
Yeah, think about Metroid. Like,
okay,
you come back to where you start in Metroid plenty of times. It's the same thing in this. It's just one.
You're not going somewhere
map.
else. You're there.
You're not leaving.
Oh yeah,
you're there. It's going to go a lot further than that.
Yeah. But I'm glad you dabbled.
Yeah, I dabbled in it. I can't see. Hey, still playing Persia, stuck on a boss that's giving me a time of it. I've just been exploring.
Forest Queen.
I can't see. I don't know if you noticed this. We're not Game Pro. We can't tell you what to do.
I mean,
I
think me and Donnie might be able to. I think we're both pretty far in. So
okay. So Dev is Game Informer.
I played a lot of this game already.
Yeah.
But in terms of the visuals, there's a section that I got to most recently that seriously had me like stop and like really like checking out all the stuff that's in the background and all this stuff. I was like, man, this looks amazing. It's very
Jada Pinkett Smith. That's what he say?
Yeah, Jahandar. Yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, he's an ass. All right. Or she, I don't know.
Jadakiss.
Yeah. Jadakiss, yeah. The JADA. Beef with the feds and the DA. Yeah, Jadakiss, that boss is a pain in the ass. So I feel you on that one. But she too has been conquered. So just keep at it. Take your time. Don't rush. That's the main thing I can say about this game is when you're fighting the bosses, take your time, look at the patterns, look for ways to just counter what they're doing. But you can't rush. Don't ever feel rushed. Everything moves slow enough to where you can get out of the way of things. Just take your time.
And use your abilities. I mean, there's a reason that they give them to you.
Yeah.
Some of the boss phases kind of require them. Or at least strongly suggest that you use them. Maybe you can probably do it without it, but it'd be a lot easier if you try.
Sean Capri asked a great question. He says, "Is there a better word than motherfucker?"
It's a great word.
I think so. I don't want to list off all of the cuss words that I would say otherwise.
We can.
I think so. I think there are better words.
Yeah, make this whole episode of just listen to cuss words.
Good Lord.
like my favorite SpongeBob episode, Sailor Mouth. Excellent episode, SpongeBob.
No,
I've never seen that episode.
I played Prince of Persia.
You never seen Sailor Mouth?
I don't think so.
It is amazing.
Look it up.
SpongeBob goes to work, and he sees that somebody wrote on the trash can a curse word about Mr. Krabs. So he doesn't know what the word is. And when he runs into dumbass Patrick's like, it's a sense enhancer. So he just goes in his job just saying the curse word to everybody. and calling everybody the curse word. And
Like
and
a toddler.
Got it.
yeah,
like
like
a
a toddler.
toddler.
Yep.
Yes, he like it's alluded to the words fucker. Like, so he goes and says, "Hey, Squidward, how the fuck are you?" He's just walking up to people. he's just walking up to people, calling them fucker and stuff like this. It's an amazing episode. One of the funniest episodes of SpongeBob.
I need to see that like uncut, like not bleeped out or whatnot.
Apparently, as my son told me, there is an uncut version of it somewhere because he looked it up and he said the voice actors actually had to record with the curse words. They used the dolphin sound to bleep them out.
Now I can tell you,
There's-
I can tell you that I have seen AI impersonations of Patrick and SpongeBob to the end of the world at this point. So don't believe everything you hear.
Yeah, that
Maybe they
sounds
did,
about right.
but like I've heard Patrick Starfish singing like 90s country songs on TikTok. So you know,
they
like,
have a
there's all
rapper
kinds of
who-
stuff out there.
They have a rap group who imitates. Their whole gimmick is that they're SpongeBob and Patrick and Mr. Krabs.
So even they are better rappers than you. Got it.
Probably.
Yeah. Donnie, you were saying you had played Prince of Persia as well. What's going on? Where are you at? Where are you
Yeah,
at?
I'm heading towards, I forget the dude's name. I'm on a pirate ship. I'm like out in the sea, and it's a really, really neat visual kind of spectacle out there. I haven't played much this week. I think maybe because I played so much of this game. I don't remember, maybe Friday or Saturday. I got a really good run in, got a few good hours in. And then since then, I just haven't been in the mood to play anything. I've either been too tired or just not in the mood to play anything, and I haven't played since. But where I left off, dude, some of this platforming, like game's starting to get like really difficult. Some of this platforming is getting really hard. It's like playing like fucking Celeste or something. I'm like, oh my god, I died over and over and over again. The game was like, hey, do you want to turn on some? I was like, no, game, I don't want to turn on your fucking assist mode. Okay, go fuck yourself.
You want to turn on dummy mode?
Yeah, like you
We'll turn
want
it
to
off,
make
like-
this easier on yourself. Like we realize you're having a hard time. Do you, Ubisoft? Because you're about to have a hard time. Get the fuck out of my game.
Me? Absolutely, Ubisoft. Thank you for asking.
Like yeah, it
This on
does get-
baby mode for Delvin.
There's some
Yeah.
puzzles in there, like some optional puzzles that I'm really trying. I haven't been stopped yet, but like, you know, it's definitely a leg up, and it just goes back to what I've said on like 8 shows is that like the platforming in this game compared to the other Metroidvanias that I've played feels on another level. There's just
Oh yeah.
it's not just that there's like a lot more of it. It's just it feels genuinely creative in a
Mhm.
way that I don't like. I feel like I'm platforming in ways I've never platformed before, and that's saying a lot. As somebody who's played as much like Mario and Ori and games that I have, like I'm really some of these segments, they really, not only are you like jumping, but you've got to jump, you got to air dash, you got to double, you've got to like fall in certain directions, you got to use
Mhm.
your time ability. Like they really tax you to like deploy all of your tools. And it's fun. It's fun figuring it out. Like that's kind of like the addicting part for me. Also, I just got like the double jump, you know, like 2 or 3 hours of play ago. I played this game for like 15 hours without a double jump. I don't think I can
Same.
ever say that about any Metroidvania. I played this game
I was gonna ask
forever without a double jump.
It
I was
takes so long to get
I was
that
like,
damn double jump.
finally, like they made a whole damn game without the double jump before you get the double jump. It's impressive. It's real impressive. I don't know if we call it the level design or just maybe the game design overall, but like
All
it's
of it.
different. It hits different. It's not like your standard Metroidvania fare.
Yeah.
I was going to
Absolutely.
ask that because I was like, it feels weird to play a game without a double jump.
Yeah,
Oh, you're not
gonna be
getting it for a
without
while.
Yeah,
It's a
so
long way away from you, so don't be trying.
Yeah.
Don't be thinking about it for a while. Just
Because I tried it and I'm like, why isn't it double jumping? And then they say, oh, hold X to jump higher. I'm like,
jump
what
higher.
is that?
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do that.
hey, Dan says he turned platform assist on once. Hey man, there's no
Dan's a bitch.
Oh no, there's no shaming here. There's no shaming here. I absolutely won't do that.
Yes, there is.
Sorry, I can't see. Hopefully didn't
Hey.
spoil too much for you, buddy.
You found the air dash. Like if you have the dash, Well, maybe you didn't find the air dash. I'm shocked.
I mean,
I don't know how.
I don't feel
how do you
too
get
bad. The air
down
dash
there?
was in the demo, so it's like we're not spending
Yeah.
too much there. There's an air dash.
Yeah.
The combat is good. The bosses get, harder, tougher.
Mhm.
I don't know what the end of this game is going to be like, but if it's anything like the last couple hours I've played of it, like strap in.
Bruh. Yeah, getting
It's
down
tough,
into
man.
the sand area, like that platforming, I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, I know what
Tough.
Donnie was talking about when he was like, this made me.
It gets tough quick. It ramps up fast. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I didn't get the game telling me to put it on assist mode, but
Okay.
I was definitely like, ooh, this is rough. And there's another area. Once you get that double jump, I'm like, all right, now it's time to go to all the places where I couldn't double jump before. And I'm at one place where, like you said, like you have to time everything, drop a certain way, dash at this point, make sure you avoid the thing that's spinning to get here.
Put it all
I'm just like,
together.
this is dope.
Yeah.
Oh, and not only that, you also got to change the phase. You got to phase things in and out too. Like, oh, this is just fantastic. So your buttons are just flying. It's great.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm having a really good time.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, man, it's a great game. I'm having a blast, Delvin. I can't wait till you to get a little deeper in it. We can talk a little bit more about it and see how much it pisses you off.
Yeah, pretty much. Just gotta do a lot of life stuff, and it's just been a lot to deal with.
I've been struggling. I saw my wife earlier. I'm feeling like kind of down the last few days, just generally in the mood, and just struggling with my daughter, man. She's just constantly fighting each other. I let it get the best of me earlier, and I feel bad, but it's just been like, feels like a couple of months of just like a chronic fight, just like a constant fight, and it's like I had to kind of break us out of that. But like, listen, I can't keep doing this all the damn time. Like, we got to figure this out. I'm not going to just keep fighting you constantly. But I think that's been a big reason why I just haven't really been in the gaming mood of late. I've just been kind of either I watched a couple movies or just like focused on work, really. Just work. I haven't played much games since, I don't know, Friday, Saturday. I haven't played anything.
Work. I feel you on that, man. Me and my son have been going at it too. Like he tries my patience, something ridiculous. So
yeah,
I'm right there with you in the struggle with the children. I'm not ready for where you're at with the teenager getting ready to leave. So, gosh, you on a whole different level. Yeah.
It was good, actually. I talked to a friend of mine at work, and then I talked to my wife about it, and it was good. I mean, I feel good about it. But yeah, hopefully I can come out of the other end here soon.
Yeah, it'll get better, and you always have all your games, and work is going to get better, and you've got some really cool stuff on the horizon there. So
yeah, work is going to get better. I haven't really talked to anybody about it, but there are things happening there. Don't worry about it. When the time is right, I'll share. But there's a lot of things up in the air, and I'll just say for the folks that are around with me when I was like having a breakdown a couple months ago, like a lot of things are about to change. And
indeed,
hopefully change for the better, but I don't know. It could be change for the worse, but change is coming. So I'll tell you all about it when the time is right.
Change gonna come.
Oh, I got my PC today.
That's right. Are you using it currently?
I am using it currently. Well, this is the first show in like 3 weeks that we've not been running off of a Chromebook or my little laptop. Yeah, got my Alienware, got it all hooked up today, did my cable management, and my hours-long setup where I had to go through and re-download all of my programs and transfer all of my files and reload all of my launchers and import all of my settings. I was just sitting there doing this. I haven't played anything on it yet. I haven't done anything with it. But
no benchmarks, nothing.
No
benchmarks. Feel snappier, faster.
It does. I was gonna tell you that, but like, part of me is like, I don't know if it's just because I've been using like my little i5 laptop. But like even like the mouse and just like Windows, everything just feels a little bit zippier for sure.
I mean, that's because you also have the screen that's moved at 144 or 120 probably versus the 60 you're on. So you're definitely gonna feel that. Because like my left monitor, which is 144 versus the 60 on the right, like you feel the difference, something ridiculous.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell. Like, I don't know if it's just from like the comparison or if it feels snappier than it feels snappier than my old computer.
Yeah.
You know, like I noted, like it's one of those things, like like when it's a feel, like when you move the mouse, you're like, oh, wait a minute. You know, like yeah, it's like it was like a new feels like a novel. I was like, that's not how it used to be.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, you've probably got a faster hard drive. You've got a better processor. You've definitely. I mean, you went from, I think you had 11th. Was it 11th gen processor?
I think
Pretty
so.
sure it was 11th gen we built it. So you're going from 11 to 13, which has a
13.
whole different core structure. So you've got efficiency cores and like power
Faster
cores.
memory.
So, yeah, you whole different ball game.
It's pretty. I got there's all kinds of lights in the damn thing. You can make it like
RGB,
change
baby.
spectrum and stuff. I made them green because I've always wanted an Xbox PC, so I just set them to green and white. So it's my little Xbox Alienware. I'm excited to play something on it, but I don't know when. Maybe, I mean, I will do something with it this weekend for sure. I'm just, like I said, not really in the mood. Maybe, and actually now might be a good time to like try Red Dead or something. Like I could be in the mood to like go on a journey, you know, to like get out, just kind of get lost somewhere.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So yeah, but I did get everything set up. It was nice that I backed everything up beforehand, because I was able to get like Play Night, you know, my game launcher, just re-import everything back in, all of my category, everything's there. Just re-add my drives to Steam. Didn't have to re-download anything. All my games are there. You know, like that's such a nice feature that Steam does. Because you know, like Epic doesn't do that. You can't just add a drive to Epic. You got to like cancel and re-download and all that stuff. I think you can change the file path. You have to do it like per game and all that.
Yeah.
But like in Steam, I just be like, hey, here's a drive, and it's like, here are your games that are on the drive.
Go find my stuff. Go search.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Pull it all in.
What a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's very nice. It's been, I feel like I waited for a long time, but it wasn't that long. Maybe 2-3 weeks. From the day I shipped off the first one to getting the trade to getting this one to getting
it wasn't bad. It wasn't that long of a process. I feel like it was pretty smooth.
I waited by the door for the.
Of course you did.
Delivery guy
like a child, like a toddler.
Like I didn't want to miss them because I had like several conference calls, so I was like, I took my Chromebook upstairs and I set up like a little station like at the dining room table so I could see out the window. Then I had the tracking on my iPad. And I just kept refreshing the tracking all day. But
that is hilarious.
When the dude pulled up, I was like, I've been waiting for you all day. I got Audacity up. I did a little setting. Hopefully the chat. Hopefully I sound good. Hopefully better on
Sounds
Shaq.
great.
I was like blown out. I was like super loud. So yeah.
We're back.
Oh,
We're back.
I wasn't going to talk about. I mean, I don't know. What are we doing on time? 20 minutes.
I mean,
I played Pal World. You guys want to talk about Pal World?
I'm sorry. I mean, you can. I didn't play that shit.
Like, do you want? Like, if you don't want to, we don't have to. Because like, I don't really care.
I mean, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it because I know you were kind of excited about Pokemon with guns. So,
why don't we wait till I play it so we both can give an opinion on it?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it. It's like it's the only news story right now in game, which I don't mind. Like, I'm happy to see a new game like get traction and stuff, but it's like any benchmark milestone, like it's all like they just tweet it over and over again. It's like, how long are we gonna keep doing this?
Yes,
right.
It's like we get it. It's successful. We got it, guys. They got a hit. Let's quit. Like it's 6.5, 7, 8. It's like, okay, you know, it's starting to sound like damn Sesame Street or something.
I'm about to say like the count. 1 slap, 2 slaps.
It's like we get it.
2 slaps.
We get it, guys. We get it.
My son looked out for me. He downloaded it to my Xbox for me because he said, "I know you're busy, Dad. I know you're going through some stuff, so I'll hook you up." So he was looking up my Steam Deck, and he downloaded it to my Xbox. So he said, "When you're ready to play it, just go ahead and play it." So
I tried to get Jack to play it.
Junior. Way to go.
He didn't play it, and I'm like stunned because I feel like this is something Jack would get lost to, but he hasn't been interested. Him and his crew are doing other things. They're playing Sea of Thieves. They're playing Halo. They play Battlefield. They're doing their own thing.
They need better
guns. He's all the popular kids. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna go with the popular kids. I make my.
I'm not gonna let. I think I've spoiled Jack. In all of our, because Jack talks to me about games. I think he fishes for either my opinion or my knowledge on things, and then like you think he takes it back to his friend group and talks to them about it. So like he'll be like, yeah, so I'm playing such and such. Like, what do you think about it, Dad? And a lot of times I can see what he's doing. I'm like, what do you think about it, Jack? Why are you asking me? Like, what do you think about it? But when he was watching me play it, he was like, "This is jank." I was like, "Oh yeah, it is." And I think he was just like, "I'm not playing that."
Good call, sir. Good call.
And I was like, "Now you're starting to sound like me."
Apple don't fall far from the tree at all.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun game. I see why it's getting popular. That doesn't surprise me at all. I'll play it. I'll play it another day. I'll play it again in the future someday. But yeah, we can talk about it whenever you catch up, Delvin.
Yeah, whenever life stops lifing and you have a moment to play this stupid
Whenever
game.
you lay in tile.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like a carpenter.
Jesus.
Like a Bible carpenter. Just in my sandals, fixing tile and stuff.
Putting my man to work.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Not laying pipe, laying tile.
No, he's laying pipe, just not the fun kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's laying actual PVC.
Yeah.
See, I'm acting like a carpenter. Pretty soon, this baby Jesus is gonna be born in my house through immaculate conception. Damn,
Good
sure
Lord.
wasn't me.
So don't say that.
Right. Delvin gonna have another kid real soon.
Yep. Don't say that.
Well,
Delvin the
Careful what you wish
third.
for.
All bad.
the baby bank is closed with me.
Said nope. I'm shooting blanks. Not happening. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and move into the news.
So just a quick recap. We had the Xbox Direct last week, the day after our show, where they showed Avowed, Aura, History Untold, Hellblade, which comes up May 16th, and Indiana Jones. Square Enix was the surprise when they came up and showcased Visions of Mana, which is coming to consoles this summer. If you look closely, you may have spotted a Quake 6 tease on the dry erase board during one of the transitions. So, yeah, everybody loves Indiana Jones. That's basically the takeaway. Indiana Jones kind of like blew up the internet there for a while. Yeah.
I saw so much hate on it. Like I saw a lot of people complaining about how it looked and everything.
I was almost
a lot of that.
ubiquitous. Like, yeah, people love Indiana Jones.
I saw so much of that.
It was driving.
Interesting.
It was driving like massive, like YouTube, Twitter, Reddit traffic, all the gaming blogs. Like, yeah, everybody loved Indiana Jones.
I was gonna ask, is this game coming out soon? Because I'm already seeing like commercials for it.
Comes out this year.
I thought it said 2024. Yeah, it said this year. Yeah.
It said this year. I think I assumed that means this fall, but they didn't say this fall. It's just this year. So it could come out this summer or something. We don't know. But yeah, it's coming out. I mean, soon. If you call it soon by like game dev cycles, yeah, it's soon. You know, it's Bethesda. They're gonna announce it and then release it. You know, shortly after.
And no, Daniel, it wasn't people that I saw hating on it. I saw other people talking about that they'd seen hate. So like Paris Lily was tweeting about like everybody talking about how bad the game looked and stuff. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. I saw a lot more of that. Like people like, why do you guys think this game is bad?
What I saw was people hating on the game because it's exclusive. I saw a lot of that. People like, why is this coming to PlayStation? I saw people doing that shit. Like, yeah, I saw.
What do you mean? Why isn't it coming to PlayStation? We already know this. Damn it.
Yeah, people are like, and I think we talked about on XP. Like, people are like mad that it's not going on PlayStation. Like, well, we have Spider-Man.
This isn't a surprise.
Right. Like you can't have everything. Sometimes
I mean, it's just been endless rumors since that was happening with every game. Yeah, I mean, and to that point, it doesn't help if they keep porting other games. You know, if they're going to keep porting games like the rumors have suggested, you know, that's not going to go away. If Hi-Fi Rush comes to another console, then the immediate thing people are going to say, well, what about this one? What about that one? You know, it's going to keep going. Yeah. There's something you said about that.
We're not giving you the big stuff. Here, take this little meager offering.
Yeah, we talked about it. We're not, you know, like we're all on the same page, but like that's going to keep going on in the echo chamber.
Just get the fuck off it.
Yeah. But if everything goes everywhere, then what's the point of owning another console?
Yep.
I talked about this. So I had the opportunity to go on the Xbox Drive and discuss with Sean. And I did kind of get on like my soapbox on this one, which you guys have heard before. I'm not going to regurgitate it all here, but to your point, Delvin, and the point that I think, the point to that matter that I feel never gets discussed is people go like, why would I own anything if it wasn't exclusive? It's like, why do you own anything that doesn't have exclusives?
Right.
because it's good. No, but think about it. Like, you don't own a Blu-ray because it has exclusives. You don't buy a Walkman because it has exclusives. You're not doing that with anything.
Exactly.
Why are you buying it? Because it's good? Because you like that one? Because you like the way it looks, the way it operates? Because it does something? It plays in a higher resolution, a better format than yours? Because it's faster? Because it's stronger? We never, ever talk about consoles in the gaming space like that at all. Very seldomly. It's like we're almost more or less checking boxes so we can then get to the exclusive talk. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like I've been driving this for years now, so I almost feel tired of myself talking about it. But like the whole exclusive war, I've been over it. I feel like it's so, we argue and argue and argue. And it's like, at the end of the day, what are we really arguing over? Obviously the collective we, not us we, but the collective we.
Yeah.
We're arguing like what, 12 games? 12, like in a generation? 12, 15 games? Yeah. When we play what, hundreds? Like not the collective we, but us. We play hundreds. It's like, what are we talking about? This is stupid.
Y'all play hundreds. I play 12. Right. I play 12 games a generation.
And the funny thing about it is, to me at least, is the exclusives are more accessible to play than they've ever been before. Like, it's play an Xbox exclusive.
Once it comes to PC, once it comes to PC, what does it matter anymore? And I say that like, I don't want to go on the soapbox, but like the rumors about Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, right? How dare it come to another console? What does it matter if it's already on PC? It's already on PC.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's already on PC, what does it matter? Like,
PlayStation can put a game as old as Sea of Thieves.
PlayStation can put Last of Us on Xboxes, and at this point, what does it matter?
Right.
Exactly.
It's already on PC. What does it matter? It's like, once it becomes not exclusive, what does it matter? Like, what does the MLB The Show matter? Put MLB The Show on iPads. Fuck if I care. What does it matter? That's just kind of how I feel, and I think that's basically just been driving my opinion. Having adopted the Game Pass, having adopted the PC, it's just like I just have very little care for this stuff anymore.
Yep.
It's
real simple. So, if you like the game and you want it, you go where it is. So
and I've talked about that for years, right? I've been that person who, like, you can't buy a console for one game. I can. If it's a really good game and I really want to play it, I will buy a console for a game. 100% I will.
Well, I bought it for 2 games specifically. I bought my Xbox One for Gears of War, and I bought it for Titanfall.
Yeah,
literally.
I bought a PS3.
You haven't played it since.
I bought a PS3 when The Last of Us was shown. They showed The Last of Us, and I was like, I got to play the game. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how good it is. And remember, at a time, this was at a time where I was so playing Xbox that I hadn't even played Uncharted. I didn't even know what they were doing. I just saw The Last of Us at E3. I saw the trailer, the first trailer, and I was like, I gotta get a PlayStation. And I did. I went and bought a PlayStation.
And that's when Eat the Hype was born.
I mean, yeah. So, like, I just don't believe in that. I think if there's a game good enough that really speaks to you, I think a lot of people will adopt a new platform. I don't believe for any doubt that there's somebody that's like, well, I really want to play that game, but I got this plastic box 2 years ago and I'm stuck here. Like, that's not a thing most people are.
Going back further with what you said, I bought an Xbox 360 because of Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I saw the Mass Effect, like, holy shit, that looks amazing. I want to play that.
And you could say that there could be a reason you could say that they're, exclusives matter. Like, I bought a console for a game, and I've never suggested that exclusives don't matter. It's just the constant arguing over, justification. Yeah. It's like, man, just get the one that you want to play on. If you want to play, look, if you're Rob 3000, you want to play Last of Us 2, man, get the PlayStation 5. Get it, play it, do that.
Yeah,
thing.
Rob, get the damn PlayStation. Stop tripping. Just play the game. Just play it.
And if you want to get Gears of War, then get fucking Xbox 2. Like, I don't care. It's the constant. Yeah. So,
the tale as old as time. It's never going to end.
So Indiana Jones, people are going to keep going. And I hope, and this is what I said I actually said this on Xbox. I hope it comes to PlayStation. I hope if it were me, all the Bethesda games would be timed exclusives. I don't see a reason why not to. Like, make your money. Get some. I don't care. But I'll be playing it on Game Pass. I don't know if
are you guys into it? Are you guys like? Did you guys like what you saw?
I mean, I don't want to say I'm not.
Well, I do.
I'm just like,
But I'm an indie fan.
I thought it looks like Machine Games made an Indiana Jones game. I mean, it looks like, I called it like Wolf Indiana Jones. It looks like Wolfenstein, but Indiana Jones. Like it,
To me,
so
That's
it
what I
looked like
want.
a VR game. It looked like a
The
VR game. Like, I don't know
machine
what it
games-
was about it. It just looked VR-ish.
the Machine Games part of it, I'm like, I want to play that. That looks fun. But I'm like, am I like hyped for indie? Not really, not particularly.
Yeah.
I love Indiana Jones.
A lot of people
I'm
now.
hyped for it.
I woefully underestimated maybe how many people like the traffic and the noise went through the roof on this damn thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Even
people
on
love
Discord,
Indiana
I would like
Jones.
I'd post a Hellblade thing, and it would just instantly get buried by this ongoing Indiana Jones conversation.
Yeah,
I was like,
Indiana
all right, I'll
Jones
come
is-
back. I'll see you guys tomorrow or something, I guess. Never mind.
I'm gonna put you this way: people went to see that last bad movie, and Harrison Ford's like 95 years old. People went to go see that. Like a lot of people went to go see that old ass Indiana Jones movie, just because it's like this is the last one. We love Indy.
I mean, there's no doubt that like this is like the one that's going to be able to reach across like different aisles and like get people to at least to consider, Xbox on PC or buy an Xbox game on Steam or maybe try Game Pass or get a Series S. This is going to be the game that moves people that way. Probably more than Starfield was. Like the buzz for this was really high. Yeah, it was really high. It seemed like it has a casual reach. Like it reaches into the casual video game consumer market, I think. You see all the standard blogs excited about it. It's like, okay, they're onto something here.
Yeah.
And that's why, frankly speaking, that's why good licensed games work. When you have a license that people care about and they want to see and they want to play, especially when you have people like my age and they get back nostalgia, like, I love Indiana Jones. I always wanted a good Indiana Jones game. Here it is. RoboCop had the same thing.
Especially when it's not tied to it's not a trash movie tie-in. Like this is its own thing. It doesn't have to be tied into the movie. You just get to do something cool with the license.
So I asked Sean this, but I was saving it for you, Delvin. There was a part of me that was incorrectly, I admit. I say this incorrectly because I've realized since why people care about it, but I didn't know they did. Going into it, I had assumed that Machine Games would kind of create like their own Indiana Jones universe. I was surprised to see Harrison Ford's as the character. I thought maybe they would have like, like a video game universe, like their own spinoff. Seeing Harrison Ford kind of made to me, it makes the game look like a movie tie-in. Like if you had told me that was the last movie and that they played, I'd be like, oh, okay. Like it doesn't differentiate it at all. I was a little surprised by it. Now, having said that, I've seen so many people that are excited about Harrison Ford, so I guess that really matters. But to me, I was expecting more of like a Spider-Man thing, where like they would have like their own take on the character, and that just
I didn't expect that at all.
I think the reason why Spider-Man has looked like Peter Parker has looked different throughout.
It doesn't matter when you have a mask, really. Like you put the mask on most of the time.
Yeah, the mask is on. Even when the mask is off, he just looks different in different comics depending on who's drawing him. But Harrison Ford has been the only Indy. So like he is Indiana Jones. So to like change his look doesn't make a whole lot of sense and would be very weird. And the voice is like, Troy Baker, right? That's Troy Baker.
Yes, it is.
Assuming? Okay.
And he it'd be like the Avengers, right? And they change all their faces. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was weird.
Correct.
Yeah. I was thinking that though until we saw it, and I was like, oh, they're doing like, and that's to me, it makes it look like a movie tie-in. I'm like, oh, this looks like it is.
Yeah.
It looks like it could just be the next movie or the next story or whatnot.
So and I don't know the stories or the movies, so I don't know any better. I was looking.
None of them really tie into another. They're all just kind of like their own.
They're kind of standalone
story. Yeah, they're all.
Okay.
But the only thing that's kind of like
I've only seen two of them. I don't know which two they were. I think they were the older ones, but
I would hope they were the older ones.
I only finished one. I didn't even finish the other one. Like I'm not that into.
Wow. Damn. Temple of Doom. Great. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I love Temple of Doom.
Fantastic. Yeah, me too. I love the original three. Like those were really good.
Yeah.
Last Crusade was okay. It's okay.
People like that one the best. It's not
really?
my favorite.
I mean,
people like that
it's not my favorite either. I think Temple of Doom was probably my favorite.
I think that was the first one I saw.
Yeah, same here.
The
With short round.
Maybe
the highly racist Temple of Doom.
So fucking racist.
So
Oh my
racist.
God.
Like Mola Ram. Like, oh my God.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Maybe playing the game might interest me to try the movies again or something. I don't know. Maybe I like it.
Probably.
Maybe.
But
Yeah, you're probably right, Delvin. You're probably right.
You have to like that aesthetic. You have to like that kind of pulpy action aesthetic from that generation of movies.
I generally think I do. I like other movies. I've just never been on into Indiana Jones.
Try-
It's always kind of boring.
See, that's the thing. It's
Interesting.
kind of like I would say this. Try Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I'm not. No, hang on. Let me be clear. I'm not trying.
He's not.
If you,
I have no
if you're
interest
gonna-
in trying.
if you were to try it, watch
Listen,
that one.
if I like the game, I will try one movie and we can talk about it then.
Yes, I would say if you like the game, try.
And I may
Raiders of
like
Lost
the game, but not be more interested in Indiana Jones. Like I may like the because
I
it
give
is
him
like it does. It looks
6
like
hours in the game.
it looks like a
I will
Machine
say
Games
this.
game. Do you see the
I
whip?
think.
Did either of you
did.
see the trailer?
Yeah, I did.
They use the whip as a stealth element. They're like, crack your whip so you won't be discovered and hide behind this box. I was like, what the
That's
fuck?
not how whips work.
Yeah, I was like, no.
That's not how
Like he
whips work.
throws like this
Whips make a
20-foot
loud-
whip and hits a light post, and then the guy turns around like, who did that? I don't know. Look behind the box. That's out
That's
here
not
on the
even how it worked
sidewalk
in the
for some
movies.
reason.
The
The fuck?
Right.
whip makes a loud noise.
Yeah, it was. I audibly laughed out loud when they did. I was like, this is the stupidest shit. But the
Yeah.
jumping across planes and punching Nazis and like, I'm here for that. We can do that. Yeah, that sounds fun.
I would say this.
Didn't move
I
me at
think
all.
Donnie,
I'll do the puzzles.
I think Donnie will like the game. I think Donnie will definitely like the
I
game.
like machine games. I like most everything.
That's
they
why
do.
I think you will like it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a
I
rated
wish it was
PG-13
Wolfenstein. Though, not gonna
Wolfenstein.
lie. Like,
That's what I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Wolfenstein.
no, but I wish it was.
That's literally-
Like, I wish it was Wolfenstein 3.
Hey, fuck this whip. Give me all the guns. I don't want the whip.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
The sad part was that as much as everybody loved Indiana Jones, it was almost like a collective heel turn on Hellblade. Poor Hellblade. Nobody likes Hellblade.
Why?
Oh,
I thought it looked great.
because it's not about what it looked like. Everybody hates Hellblade for the news that came out surrounding the game afterwards. So they showed the trailer. Trailer does look incredible. Literally looks like it might be like the most photorealistic, pretty game you've ever seen in your life. But the designer for the game, the studio head, came out and said that the experience is going to be about the same size as the first one. You're looking at a 68-hour campaign. And people were mad. They're like, what?
Isn't that what everybody
You've been
wants? Everybody
developing
wants
this
these
game
small
forever and all that?
games.
And then they said that it's going to be $50. It's not even a
Mhm.
full game. It's not even, which is hilarious because we get mad when they raise the prices. And here's somebody that's like, it's going to be less than that. They're like, it's not even it's not even a good game. It's a cheap game.
And we're not
Yeah.
giving you the full price for the full
And then
game. We're giving you the half price for the half
The
game.
final
What the
nail
fuck?
in the coffin is that it's a digital only release. There were no physical copies of Hellblade.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't see
the
what the problem
original
is because
thing.
here's the thing: it's coming to Game Pass. So why are you even worried about the price? Like,
That's what
why
I
is this?
said.
Why is this a
Yeah,
complaint?
why the price? Why worry about the how much it costs? There are people like, I just can't believe they made this game for 7 years. They didn't make for 7 years. Like people forgot they did Bleeding Edge. They've ported it to Switch. They've ported it. There's VR. Like they've worked on several VR games. Like they've been working. I don't know what
People
people.
forgot
I don't
Bleeding
know.
Edge for a reason.
It was
I
so
don't
funny
understand.
because on the Xbox Drive, Sean nailed it. Sean and Seth, I got to podcast with both of them, and going into it, they were like, people are thinking this is like Xbox's God of War and stuff, and I'm like, really? Like that expectation to me seems ginormous.
They are.
You go from indie studio, basically like small Ninja Theory, to make a God of War like, and but to their credit, like I said, they were 100% right. Immediately afterwards, that's all I saw. I thought this was
Yep.
going to be God of War, and people are mad. People are like real mad. Like they turned on this thing hard.
Why would you think that based on the first one? Like, this is not.
That's
that
where I'm at. I'm
game.
like, wait a minute,
I'm
where
so
did this come from? Because what they showed me, and look, we don't have to talk about what angry people on the internet think, but what I saw was an incredibly beautiful looking game. There's a shot where she like walks into the sunset in this trailer, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, it
I
looks
think I'm
so
picking-
good. And the
I-
story that they talked about, Like Sinuous returning home to Iceland. The Vikings have invaded. They've taken over all these villages. You have to go and like liberate her people while she still battles her demons. I'm like, dude, fucking yeah, this sounds
That's
dope.
awesome.
And to me, anyways, you know, they're like, it's a 68-hour experience. I'm like, yeah,
That's great.
to be more critical, I don't. Well, one, I've never ever wanted Hellblade, the open world fighting sim with weapon trees and skill upgrade. Like that's not Hellblade. That's never.
Right.
I've just wanted
that
Hellblade.
wouldn't make it that. Yeah.
Right. I
don't
just want
see how you
Hellblade.
get
And
there.
I don't think Hellblade at 20 hours. I feel like that's overstaying Hellblade's welcome.
Yes.
Like to do the audio and to have that emotional like connection that you have. I feel like that it loses its luster if you draw that out too long. If there's like a lot of padding and stuff. Like
the game is heavy. It doesn't. It's a heavy, dense game. It doesn't need to be 20 hours long.
And I felt like maybe I was carrying water for Hellblade. I realize I love Hellblade. I've got the she's right behind me over my shoulder. I get it. I'm a fan. Maybe my bias is clouding my judgment. Maybe I'm just sticking up for it. But to me, all I wanted was better, prettier Hellblade, and they showed me better, prettier Hellblade. And I'm like, this looks fucking dope. This is the thing that like I bought the Series X for. I can't wait to play it. And it was a bit discerning to see like everybody like because it felt like it had so much momentum and then an instant turn. I'm like, oh no. Like,
I'm starting to understand why though. I think when people saw the studio get bought by Xbox, they're like, oh, they're just gonna they're gonna have the resources to make a bigger Hellblade game. This is gonna be
but why does it
God of War.
You're right, you're not wrong, but like and I realize the people are gonna have their own expectations, but like why does investment mean bigger? Why the only counterpoint I make is why can't investment mean better?
Just better, yeah.
It can be better without being bigger.
People build up this rationale, these things in their head off of hype and based off of nothing really. Like, hey,
so yeah, based off of what? Like, what did you see that would make you think this was a God of War type experience?
If this game looks the way they showed it, like, and this is the way the game plays, this game is going to make the first Hellblade game look just really pale in comparison visually. And I say that as somebody who loves the first Hellblade game and thought it looked great. But like what they just showed is like on a whole separate level. I was like, oh, this is insane.
I think the first Hellblade game did a very excellent job of hiding its flaws and stuff and making it look very high budget. They
made it look very polished. It was very short. It was very tight. Right? Yes. Like you didn't have a chance to really think about it too critically before it was over. And that was the point I made on the Xbox Drive. That's what I brought up. I was like, because we saw what was happening. We had a little post show after the show and then the next day. So we got to see how people are reacting to it. And I was like, people are hating Hellblade because it's digital only, it's cheaper, and it's small. And I'm like, the first Hellblade was I mean, they had a physical release, but like it was a cheap game. It was a small game. It was made by like an indie team. And it was the champion. It was like the indie game that could prove that like you could make an indie game and still be on the level of like, a Naughty Dog. And like, that's what it was.
Absolutely.
And apparently just getting bought means you can't be that anymore. Like you have to now be
so weird.
The corporate behemoth game.
I'm even more confused by the fact that people are mad that it's digital when like you're going to play it on Game Pass anyway.
Now, there is a point that I would like to make, which I did on the Xbox Drive. And I'm saying that for anybody that didn't miss it. You should go listen to Xbox Drive. Especially when you hear me get on my soapbox. Because I'm all in my feels about Hellblade. I don't care that it's digital only at all. I do care, though, that they didn't announce for anything for me to buy.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's a missed opportunity. There's no statue. There's no controller. There's no console sleeve. There's no nothing. Like, okay, it's digital only. We get it Game Pass. But like, fucking make some stuff. Like, give me some merch. Let me buy. Like, Sean was like, do a console. I would totally buy a Hellblade console. I'd buy a whole damn extra console if they made one.
At the very least, do a little sleeve. Do a sleeve like they did for Starfield.
Yeah,
I don't. And headphones is the main thing I think they should make, because this is one of the games that really showcases headphones. Like,
I'm hoping there's something like that, but like it's like 6 months away. I don't think there is. It's in May. It's not even 6 months. February, what? March, April, May. It's like 4 months away.
Yeah.
What's away?
So I don't think there's anything like if there was something to buy, they would have announced it, right?
I would think so.
Well,
That's a
time.
bummer.
There's still time. There's still time. Or maybe they just knew that people were going to be this upset, so they're like, we're not even going to bother.
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, that's
like
right.
They've been waiting for this game for so long, and it's going to be this smaller experience, and people are going to just be all ass hurt about it. Like, come on. I just don't understand why you would think that this game is going to be this God of War type,
Santa
epic
Monica.
when nothing about
These
the
things
first
are not
one
even
was
remotely
that at
close.
all. They're
Yeah,
not.
there's
It's not the same. It's a tight, close knit, smaller story that just has a lot going on in it. Like it's not.
And
It's not
I think
Homer's
TPR
Odyssey.
I think TPR made a really good point in the Discord. So if I could borrow one, people talk about how long it's been in development and how little they seem to be getting for it. I remember a lot of that development happened during COVID, and a lot of Hellblade is like motion capture.
Yeah.
They shoot like almost all the scenes, the motion capture and the anime, and like they get and do it. So like I'm not trying to use COVID as an excuse, but in this case, I think there's a pretty healthy excuse that like they were probably delayed on a lot of production because they couldn't get people together. Like I would 100% understand that in the case of this game.
Yeah, and why does something being in develop for a long time have to mean a long game? It could just mean that they're putting a lot of love and care and polish into the game.
Dead
So
Island was in development forever, and it's not 100 hours.
Right. You have a
it's
nice,
awesome,
polished 10-hour experience. That's fantastic.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I'm stoked. I'm honestly really stoked. Like watching the trailer was like, I'm so happy I bought this PC. Like I was like, oh my goodness, we're about to blow it up, son. Like it looks so good.
Indiana Jones ain't getting my Game Pass money, but Hellblade might.
There you go.
I don't care about Indiana Jones at all.
And I'm not trying to throw stones at Indiana Jones. I'm really not.
I'm not either.
I'm happy that people are excited, but like unquestionably, undoubtedly, Hellblade looked a lot like what Hellblade showed versus Indiana Jones. Hellblade looked like way better. Way better. You could say the other one looked more fun or something, but like Hellblade looked better by far.
More realistic.
Yeah, by far. It's just like, but nobody cared about that. They only cared about digital, the price, the length, all the stuff that came out afterward. And that's the sad part. They should have got all that out ahead of the time. If I could be a critique, that's what I maybe get the bad stuff out of the way, because nobody talked about the trailer. Nobody talked about what they was showed. All they talked about was the blog that came out afterwards. Nobody talked about, oh my God, did you see this face melting, trailer we just saw? Nobody mentioned that anymore. They just stopped talking about that.
Damn
that's
shame.
Probably a misstep. Yep. Speaking of Xbox, they did talk about the Indie Selects today. They've launched like a new hub in the store. So if you go into your games, not in the store, if you go into your games, there's like a little hub for indie games where they will just highlight curated list of ID at Xbox games from the ID at Xbox team, which is cool. You can throw a little spotlight out there.
Cool.
Delvin, WWE 2K24 comes out in March. And the standard edition features Cody Rhodes on the cover.
Adrenaline in the soul.
Every fart out of control.
Yeah,
my wife said
exactly.
That's what you know. Yeah. The deluxe edition and special edition, or the deluxe edition, will feature Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley as co-cover athletes.
Yep.
And the special edition features a special 40 years of WrestleMania special cover. There are over 200 wrestlers in the game.
God damn.
There are new creator modes. There are new match types. And there is a showcase most iconic moments of WrestleMania mode. And if you pre-order the game, you will get last year's game for free. So
That's
if you pre-order 2K24 to now, you can play 2K23 today. You can just get the game.
That's nice of them.
The covers look great. All the covers look great. It made my heart melt.
Should have put Bray on the favorite.
That would have been great.
I'm pretty upset about it. I'm not going to lie to you. It was pretty upsetting not to see a Bray Wyatt edition. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I think they should do a Bray Wyatt edition for next year. I think they should plan it out and do a big one. Go all the way with it.
Yeah, they really should be like a whole mode and everything. They really should have.
I think they should have like a Fiend edition that didn't have like all the Bray Wyatt.
Could you imagine if they did like a different character for all three editions?
I dig it. I think they can.
Like they had like a Bray edition, and then like maybe they had.
Would you be mad if that was a DLC pack?
Yeah.
I think they
absolutely.
I would said it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
think,
what the fuck are you
I
talking
think
about? Absolutely, I would.
Yeah. I think they should do a Bray edition. I think
If they did like an Eater of
They would-
Worlds edition, and then they had like the Fiend edition, and then they had like his Mask edition, and that was like the standard, deluxe, and special edition, you'd have people buy all three of them.
Yeah. I feel like they didn't have enough time to do it for this year's edition. If I think it's
Oh,
next year.
That's trash. Because I watched like they're breaking it to Cody and Rhea and Bianca that they recover. I'm like, they just seeing that alone lets me know they definitely could have done a Bray Wyatt edition.
All the assets are made. They have Bray's assets.
Stuff
They're
like
all
that.
made.
But they have to make the molds and stuff like that. I feel like if you do
But
a Bray
dude, like,
edition,
so much of the footage is already done.
Right.
The matches that they're
agree.
going to cut to and all that, it's all done. Like they could have done it. Now, what I think was it wasn't in the plans, and maybe
agree.
it
That's what I'm
is
saying.
in future plans. But like, could
That's
it
what I'm
not be
thinking.
done? No, it could have been done.
I feel like if you're gonna do a Bray edition, you have to do it right. So if they
would
gotta
hope
take
so.
their time, they need to take their time and make sure the game isn't janky as fuck and give Bray Wyatt an edition that is fucking dope, that it fits his legacy.
I would
And
hope
these
so.
2K games come out like every year now, so they on that Call of Duty schedule, and
Yeah, they only get
9
like
times
this.
like-
Well, no, it's actually less than that because they don't have multiple studios.
yeah,
They're
it's
on
like
the
6
Madden
months.
schedule.
So the Madden
They only
schedule is
get
9
six
months.
to 8 months of development, and
Yeah.
that's it.
So and that's why I said maybe they need to take another year to make sure they give a polished, fair edition. Because I would hate for them to do a Bray Wyatt edition and then the game's trash. That's my thing. Right
Well, and John 32 says, I'm assuming Johnny's buying the Rhea edition. No, I did not like 2K23 at all. Like the direction they took the game in was no bueno. So I would need to be I would probably have to try it before I'd even consider buying it. And if they're just gonna, and I know that 2K23 was well received, so if they're gonna keep leaning into that, I may never buy another 2K game again. Like it may take a Bray Wyatt edition to get me to even consider it.
I like 23, but I'm gonna be honest, the AEW game kind of took my attention because it was
Yeah,
just more
definitely did
easy
for
to
me.
pick up and play.
I don't like, they went so hard on the sim and the counters and all that. Like that's not the wrestling game. I want an arcadey button mashing wrestling game. You know, so I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's just not what I want from a wrestling game. You know, it's like when NHL went away from the hit stick. You know, I was like, okay, well, I'm not playing these games anymore. You know, it's like, yeah, there's just a certain way that I want to play wrestling games, and 2K23 wasn't it. So I'm not.
I like
I'm
the
not,
simulation. I like the simulation.
I'm not
part. I
planning
like,
on getting 2K24.
Don't they? But I told y'all my story about 2K23 when they kept making me fight the goddamn Miz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Please.
I remember that.
I don't want to fight him anymore. Like,
there's just too many damn reversals. I'd have an exhibition match and it'd be like 40 reversals. I'm like, what is going on in this game? But I do realize there's like a whole, like the hardcore 2K player has like a YouTube channel where like they run their own shows week to week and they have their own story. Like it's a whole like sub meta thing for these games. Like they love that. They want the storytelling. They want the reversals. They're trying to do the 5-star match. Like they're trying to do all that. I'm not trying to do any of that. I just want to have a dumb wrestling match. You know, I'm trying for like Wrestling Empire, I'm trying to light people on fire and like go through tables and stuff. You know, just from a different era. Attitude, man.
Yeah.
Just, the guy on the bottom name is Dev, so it's the 3Ds.
Triple D, baby. 3D.
Don't say it like
Yeah. But yeah, please be excited. A lot of wrestling news going on. It's cool for Bianca to be up there, right?
Yeah.
She's still like
so many.
Go.
I'm sorry.
Finish.
I was gonna say I saw so many black women ecstatic about her being on that cover.
That's awesome.
That did my heart good, seeing so many women just super happy. And I see so many women being happy about Rhea being on. I think that's super dope that both of them being where they're at in wrestling right now. They're both pretty much the face of the companies. Like Rhea and Bianca. So seeing them putting that high standard is like That's kind of dope that they did that.
I was going to ask you. That's where I was going to go because I remember we talked about when she dropped the belt. Not to tangent too far off, but like Bianca's been around, but like definitely not. I don't know. She just kind of faded into the background, at least on the storylines. Have you done the same, or are you still good with that, or no?
Her there's a reason for that. Her WrestleMania main event was supposed to be Charlotte, and she's in.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn, that would have been a good match too.
Yeah,
because Rhea, and I'm not trying to compare the two, but Rhea is like on a whole other level, not just against Bianca, but like literally against like everybody else.
Yes,
Rhea is on like the CM Punk, Cody, Roman level. She's one of the stars of the entire company. She's literally Rhea carrying a show.
Is supposed to be facing Becky at WrestleMania,
and I feel like, and what I said about Bianca is I think for Bianca, I think she'll have to take that next step where she can overcome. Like that was my thing about the belt. With the belt, she's an attraction because she has the belt. Now, can she be an attraction without the belt? And that's a harder thing for people to learn sometimes, you know.
And I think she is. She does like a lot of press for WWE. She has like a TV show coming out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
think she is.
I'm not questioning her. But, you know, like somebody comes up, they give them the belt and they take the belt away and they just kind of fade in with the rest of them. You got to find a way to still stick out, you know, and we've seen a lot of people learn the hard way. Like Drew's come out of that and now he's really, you know, kind of doing something with it. I think that'll be important for Bianca to do next. Whereas Rhea, you take the belt off her, Rhea's going to Rhea, you know, that's still going to be the thing.
I actually watched Raw this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was that happening?
Because I actually had a moment to just sit on the couch and watch television. I was like, let me just shift through channels and saw Raw, and I was like, let's go ahead and watch Raw. I had my daughter with me, and we were just watching. It was okay. Nothing was happening
last, buddy.
I have Netflix.
Cody Seth promo? That promo was fire.
So no, I did not see that. When I turned on, it was like Damage Control. They were talking shit to some people I ain't never heard of or seen before. And then it was going towards who was it? It was some Irish dude or Scottish dude. He was about to fight one of the dudes from Judgment Day.
I don't remember because I watched YouTube. So I don't remember.
Who the hell?
Pete Dunne?
Dev was watching it like, where's the honky tonk man? Where's the junkyard dog?
Where's Jeff Jarrett?
Where
the hell's Kane? Anyways, some quick headlines. Riot Games announced they're laying off 530 people. That's a lot.
Yeah, my friend was one of the people who got laid off. It was unfortunate.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Embracer laying off folks at Black Force Games. Do like the All Humans remasters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the last Ronin games and stuff. People Can Fly laid off 30 people today. Wow. Outriders, you know, all that jazz. Wow. On maybe a more promising note, CD Projekt Red is entering production on their next Witcher game. Please be excited.
That's good. So hopefully some people got laid off and go over there and work.
The GTA Trilogy games via Netflix were downloaded 18 million times in their first month.
Wow.
Yeah, in 1 month.
That was all Daniel.
Yes,
so Daniel's just out there with multiple iPhones, like just keeps hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. It's hilarious. Yeah, it just makes me think, you know, that's that reach that mobile has, you know, like we scoff at it sometimes and act like it's not that big of a thing, and it's not that, you know, it's never going to be like, oh, it's not a console, it's nothing. And then you're sitting there, Rockstar, you're making a game, and you're like, oh, that's a big thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's still trash. I mean, it's a thing.
It may be. Well, I only say this. I only say that to set up this statement. It's been something I keep bringing up. There will be a day. There will be. It's not, maybe not next year or anything, but there will be a day when cloud streaming is taken seriously in the video games, right? That's going to be a thing. Mm-hmm. And when that does, if Netflix is there, at the start to throw money around, like bringing GTA to Trilogy to people that are subscribers, if they can just flip the switch like that, that is a huge, huge deal.
Netflix is about to take over and be the only publisher. They got Raw. They're getting all these games.
Whoa,
They might
Just-
be.
why'd you say it like that?
They got raw, man. They went in there raw dog as motherfucker. On a rumor control this week, this will probably come out next week, I imagine. The PlayStation drums are a pounding. There is something coming out of PlayStation land soon. There are leaks happening. I will just point out that because it's been widely, I wasn't going to bring it up, but until all the blogs picked it up. Until Dawn is apparently coming out with a remaster on PS5, and it will hit PC. And that apparently is supposed to be a part of this PlayStation something, whatever it is, showcase, state of play, direct, whatever the hell it is going to be. Apparently PlayStation's got something coming, and they better bring it out soon before the rest of it leaks, because like the Reddit is like, there are people that feel like they know several of the projects, and I only went with this one because Eurogamer and IGN and GameSpot and everybody went with this one today, but there are other things out there too.
Let me ask you, Donnie, would you play an Until Dawn remaster?
Probably, yeah. At least I would at least get it on PC just so I have another copy of it on like a more modern platform.
Yeah,
Would I replay the whole thing? Not right away, not like the day it comes out.
yeah, that's
Probably
what I
not.
was thinking. Like, yeah,
I would just
I
buy
thought
it
they
just to
had to
have
add
it
it.
more than anything else.
I'll wait till
It'd
it
be
goes
cool if
on
they made it-
sale.
Yeah, probably. I'd wait for
Get
it
it
to go
around
through.
Halloween, because I've actually
Yeah.
never played it. I have it on
Now-
PS4 and
Okay.
never played it.
But here's a question: What if it has additional content or changes to
that's
the?
what I was gonna say.
Because if it
They should
does,
make
then
a
I
director's
probably
cut.
would play it. I probably would play.
It
Yeah.
should be like a director's cut with like deleted scenes and stuff like that. And
Yeah, if they did something like that, then I probably would jump in. I asked Kyle earlier, it's our resident PlayStation guy, because this is going to come out with other news, so I'm not trying to pin all of the hopes on it. But if they come out with another remaster for another PS4 remaster for PS5, it does seem like the well is being soured on that front a little bit. People are starting to get real annoyed by the
Fuck 'em.
remaster thing. I keep
Get
seeing
over
a
it.
lot of that.
I don't
But,
understand. Like, I really just do not understand why people get so mad about. If you don't like it, just don't buy it. Like, just
Yeah, but we
let
live in
people
a
make
social
games.
media age, Dad. We got to tell people why we don't like it.
They hate everything. Like, I don't know that gamers like video games at this point. You're mad at Hellblade. You're mad at remasters. Like, why
well
are
put.
you here? Like,
I
it's
you know me,
ridiculous.
I love a remaster. I've been saying it for years. I think I like
It
remasters.
hurts no one.
Well, I like remasters for the very simple reason as I think they're a really good like benefit to consumers. They're putting out a product a lot of people already know. So like there's not a whole lot of risk in a remaster. You know, you're getting usually, not always, you're usually getting the prettiest version of a well-known thing. And to me, that's never a bad thing.
Nope.
Like it's just never a bad thing. Like that's always a good thing. And a lot of times, because it's remaster, you usually get them cheap if you just wait a little bit, like real cheap.
Yeah.
Remasters
Mhm.
usually go on sale quick. Those are like great stocking stuffer items. You pick
Great
these games up for
fillers.
like $20. And yeah,
Great filler game.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down for it. I like them. So, yeah, that's it. That's the rumors. Apparently, PlayStation's got stuff coming. Be excited. I'm excited to find out more about that Pacific Drive game. So hopefully that'll be a part of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that one.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
good times.
The match that I was alluding to on Raw was Drew McIntyre and Damian
Drew.
Priest.
You said
Oh,
the
yeah,
Irish
that
guy,
was-
and I wasn't thinking
I said
Drew at
Irish
all.
or Scottish. I don't know, because
I
they
was thinking
made
of
that part of his promo. It was like a big thing.
Oh, I was thinking of either Sheamus or like Pete
I
Dunne
would
or
think
something.
Sheamus too, but Sheamus is
Yeah,
not there.
yeah. Sheamus should go to AEW. He'd be good over there.
Yeah, he would be. I think he would be.
I don't think Drew would. I know there's a lot of rumors that he would go. I mean, Drew would be fine anywhere he goes. I feel like AEW is kind of beneath Drew at this point. He's doing great work. He should go for the brass ring. Yeah.
All right. Guess it's time for the Rude Days 93
Yeah.
segment.
Take it
Yeah.
away.
So all of us got Tekken 8 correct. So right now the
Yes.
score is me and Donnie 2 and Delvin 1. Suck it,
Uno.
bitch. He wants to know the over on under. What over under on February 17th at 30 days in the market. Pal World will have sold over 15 million copies, which is crazy seeing as how the game is actually in Game Pass.
Yeah. Well, that's
Right
not,
now, after 7 days,
counting those. Yeah.
it's not even counting that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, after 7 days, we're at 7 million, which supposedly doesn't even include Xbox sales, as Root Day says. Also, for comparison, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sold 10 million in 3 days, with the last number being over 23.4 million after being out for a year. So, do we think by February 17th, 30 days in the market, will it have sold over 15 million copies or under 15 million copies?
Who goes first?
Fucking
Delvin.
first.
Just because.
I'm gonna go under.
Me too.
Yeah, same. I feel like that's a lot. 15 million? I don't think so.
I think the
it's
Steam
about
will.
12.
I think the
12 at
Steam
most.
will. It'll low and it'll start to tail off here pretty soon.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's not like any additional content or anything driving, like keep
Mm-mm.
pumping that engine going.
Well, I think they said they're going to have raids and all kind of other stuff coming soon.
But soon is in like by the end of the month, or soon is in the
I
roadmap. I think it's like their roadmap for like the year, not like soon.
Yeah. You got to get raid ready, though.
I think the
Get
best
ready
thing
for
about it is that we haven't had a whole lot of news. And I think when these other showcases start popping up in the other game, I think a lot of this news will start
Power
to
World dries up.
I don't think Power World's going around. I don't think it's going away. I think when they have big announcements, like when they have big updates, I do think it'll do. At one point I saw on Reddit, somebody posted a tweet on Reddit that said, I don't know if this would be true, but they said that Power World had more users using it than Fortnite on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge deal. Like
I think it was either the largest like player count at one time, or very close to being number one, is having like this many, that like the largest
for it
players
to even touch it, even for once, is a big deal. So I don't think it's going away. I just think it may start to tail off a little. It'll cool down a little.
I gotta wonder like how much meat is on that bone. Like how much can you put into it? Because that's the thing with these kind of games. Eventually you've just done everything. And if there's no new content coming out, like how does it sustain?
It's not a service game. But this one is we didn't talk about it earlier, but I'm not sure if you heard me talk about it anywhere else. You know, they told me it was Pokemon with guns, right? I went into it expecting like an RPG with Pokemon and guns. It's a survival game.
Survival game, yeah.
It's a tree puncher. You're going around, you punch the trees, get the bricks, punch the rocks, get the bricks, build a house, build a thing, catch Pokemon, build more things, catch bigger Pokemon. So there's like some meat there to play. You can get lost in game for definitely,
Minecraft
hours. You can put some hours in Power World.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was definitely like, I am never touching this shit. No fucking thank you.
When I started playing it, I kind of went the opposite. I was like, oh no, I gotta put this down while I still can. Because I could see myself getting really into it. But the thing that kept me from doing that is two things. It was Persia. I was like, I don't want to stop playing Persia for this because it's not ready yet. And that was the second thing. It's just kind of janky. It's just kind of janky and like kind of experimental. It's a beta, right?
It's early access,
It looks like what it's supposed to be. So I'm like, to me, like Jack, let me know when you're ready. Like, get back at me when you're ready. Like when you're really here, Power World, I'll come back. But I'm not gonna sit here and do all this just for the sake of being like, look at funny Pokemon stuff. Like I don't need to do all that. Like I'm fine. I don't need to be like in the viral moment. Everybody else, like I'll play this thing by myself. So like I don't need any of that. But I did tell Delvin there is a really cool, like there's a hook to just like fucking smacking the shit out of a Pokemon, to like picking up a stick and hit a Pokemon or like shooting a Pokemon. Like there's something to that I do think will keep this game around. Like I think there's an appeal here that I'm surprised we haven't had already. Like I don't, obviously Pokemon would never make a game like that, but like you just see people pull out a bazooka and shoot a Pokemon. You're like, oh shit, like there's just something to it. It's like you can sell the game in like a clip, like a TikTok. You can sell Power World into TikTok. I can give you a 7-second video on why you should play Power World. And I think that's the thing that like will keep it around. Is it's so easy. It's so easy to communicate. Like, dude, check this out. I have a fucking shotgun and I just shotgunned Chikorita off this cliff. People are like, oh shit. And it's like that's easy.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, like that's easy to get across. And I think that's maybe the best thing that the game has going for right now.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I'm not playing that shit. Nope.
Dude, John 32 says, I want the Pokemon to have the guns, not the people. Now that's interesting. That's a real survival game.
Right.
About hunters. Give the deer a shotgun. There you go.
Yeah, see how that works out for you. All right, so the next one is over or under 92.5 for Persona 3 Reloaded. Persona 3 Portable received an 89, while Persona 5 Royal received a 95. Good God.
We've had a lot of didn't your Yakuza game like go off the roof?
It sure in the hell did.
Yeah, it was extremely high. Yeah.
And so was Persia. So like it'd be crazy to have so many high games right at the same time.
Right? We are starting off 2024 with a
everybody
bang,
thought this game was going to be. Everybody thought this year was going to be terrible.
Yeah,
you guys included.
Good so far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, included. Only one of these games I'm even remotely interested in. The rest of them I could care less about. I don't know. Damn Persona 3. How old is that game?
And so far, the game of the year is absolutely Power World, right? Got to be.
Fuck no. It's Prince of Persia.
No, it's game of the year. Power World.
Power World isn't even out. It doesn't even count.
Again, it's
still early access.
The story of the year is Power World.
You didn't say story. You said game. You said game, not story.
I'm with you. Not if it was my vote, we'd be on the same. But I look at this. What's the story? And so far, the story is definitely like gaming has centered so far in 2024. Gaming is Power World.
Fuck Power World. Fuck Pokemon. That all
Ubisoft is sitting there thinking like, how do we make a Power World? They're like, we made this Prince of Persia game, and they've got 8 million copies over here, and we've got this.
Just ruined my day, Donnie. Just ruined my day.
They're about to do it.
They're thinking about it. What was the shit they made? Hyperball or whatever the fuck we're getting? Like,
what didn't they make is the better question. They try everything.
They saw Power World and they were like,
why couldn't Rollerball take off like that?
Damn it.
We should have put Pokemon in that.
We are the best at taking other people's ideas and making open world. Like, damn it.
Son of a bitch. So yeah, 92.5 or what on Persona 3? Over, under? What are we doing here?
I'm gonna go under.
Oh man, I'm also taking the under. This is gonna be an interesting year. This is gonna be. Don't do it, Donnie. Look, are you trying to win or are you trying to just manifest things again? What are you doing here?
I'm not manifesting this one. I think this is going to be pretty. I would guess it's going to be well under 92.5.
I think it's going to be like a right under.
Okay, it'll be like 88.
Doesn't it not have content?
I don't know what the hell this thing is.
I think there's like a
Garrett
piece of the story
know.
that's not there. You can't play as a character or something. I think people are going to like make a
I think you can't play as because if I remember correctly, there was 2 protagonists, a male one and a female one. I think you can't play as the female one in this.
There you go.
I'm not sure.
People are going to be mad.
Oh,
people are going to be mad.
Fuck them.
Well, I'm just saying that's why I take the under. We have a reason to. I have a reason to take the under. That's why.
I'm taking it because 92.5 is just really high.
It is really high, especially in aggregate. High. When you think in aggregate, because you could get like 10 9s and not get a 90.
Mm-hmm.
You get 10 9s in the aggregate, be like an 84. Like it's,
And so we finally have the tally for season 1. Somehow we've all tied at 30. Good job, gentlemen. Doctor. Yeah, Donnie, you got the last point by picking Tears of the Kingdom as not the best-selling game.
Buzzer beater.
NPD.
Caitlin Clark from downtown. Just
Yeah, and then we all got Hogwarts Legacy wrong as being the best-selling game of the year. So.
Yeah, that was that. I didn't put that in the news. That's an insane story.
Mm-hmm.
More than Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's like the first time that's happened in fucking 20 years. It feels
like. Yeah, like it's been a long time. Multiple console generations ago. Like wow.
And everybody was talking about how they were going to boycott it. And they
hated it.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
and all the articles are written about it. Again,
liars. All of you liars.
Zoom out. Just zoom out. No, I think they were. No, I don't think they're liars. I think they did it. Like the folks that read gaming blogs and do this, They're like, we're all doing it. It makes us feel like we're all of them. But again, zoom out. We're such a even us, our
just a
zeitgeist
small, minuscule
is such a
portion.
small part. Like there's so many more Harry Potter fans.
Yeah, I thought that was the dumbest thing.
They're like,
they don't even know about us. They don't even know who the fuck IGN is.
Right.
I've seen plenty of those dudes who were claiming they were boycotting the game, playing the goddamn game.
Absolutely. Half the people don't even pay attention to J.K. Rowling and know who she is. They just know they like the Harry Potter movies. They didn't even read the books. They like the movies, and we're like, oh, it's a Harry Potter game. I'm going to pick that up. Who is J.K. Rowling?
No
I don't know
who IGN is or any of these bloggers that wrote things or made videos about how we should.
People don't read.
Nobody
don't read things.
Yeah.
So
it's just a reminder of how small we infinitely are. Is all that it was. Like, oh yeah, that's a thing, right? The rest of the world got it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, that does it for the Rude Days 93 segment. We all tied, and this year Donnie said he's taking no prisoners, and he's not trying to lose this time or tie.
How many points did I just give just trying to counterpick Delvin, either for fun or to try and will? So many. It's like 10 at least.
Yeah. Just because you wanted to keep it interesting.
Make it fun.
That. I'm putting my foot on your neck and I'm trying to win and beat the shit out of you. I don't want to. That's interesting for me. I'm keeping it interesting for me. I'm not trying to keep it interesting for the people. I want to win. I want to win big.
Kobe, he's like, I'm going through his chest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mama mentality.
Go for
Fuck
it.
your couch. That was like, I'm just here so I don't get fined or asked to do another PSV show. I'm just, please.
Right.
That's it. That's my punishment. You gotta do
I keep telling him to take a week off and he keeps showing up. How many times I've been for 4 months? I'm like, yo, when you do PSXP, don't do this other show. And he's like, I'm here. He just keeps showing up. It's like the stray cat in the neighborhood. You put food out and they don't ever not go away. They just keep coming to the door. You're like, I told you to go back in the woods. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Gotta show
Present.
Don't let him do that. And he shows up to the show and he's like, can't believe I'm on another goddamn PSVG. I'm like, you're the one that showed up here. You did this.
We told you you didn't have to.
We told you to take off.
It's like
go
when
away.
you're at work, you have to show up.
We're gonna have the show without him. We're gonna have to like just do it on our own. He's gonna see that shit and be like, y'all meet without
Gonna find the link somehow and jump in.
No,
what
he's an
happened?
admin. He's gonna log in and join the show.
Oh man.
He's like, I didn't get the memo. We meeting? Like, he's like, you're the R-Truth to our judgment day. Like, he's just always here.
That is a very great analogy. That is the perfect analogy.
And what I actually understand.
In the background and shit. We're like, yo.
Oh, that's good. So from now on, you gotta change your name from the Black Al Pacino to PSVG's R-Truth.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
We need a shirt with that or something. Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, it's question time, gentlemen. Kyle the Pug.
Fuck you, Kyle the Pug.
Thank you, especially fuck you because you're rooting for Detroit, and that's some bullshit.
Well, like,
not allowed. All right,
Look,
unacceptable. Man. Unacceptable. Anyways, he says, since WWE Raw is moving to Netflix starting in 2025, do you think this will help or hurt the fanship base viewer-wise? And do you think people will pay a certain amount a month to watch it just for that?
Yes. Like, I think this is going to help WWE and Netflix. I think it's very mutually beneficial, but to WWE on a couple fronts. Netflix is global, right? They have, what is it, like 300 million subscribers or something like that? Their reach, Netflix's reach, is stronger than cable. So I think WWE is going to be put in a place that's convenient and more accessible across the globe, and that's going to do wonders for WWE. More importantly than that, to me, is that WWE is going to be available where a younger generation of people that consume TV are at that are not on cable.
Absolutely.
people in our generation, maybe less than my generation, definitely Gen Z, they don't cable for at all. They're not doing any of that shit.
They Netflix
Everybody's
and chill
got
and just
Netflix
scroll.
or their dad's Netflix or something like they got Netflix. And if you show up on Netflix, that's going to be a thing. That's just going to be a thing. And the fact that Netflix is so invested, the tune of $5 billion.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If Netflix promotes it and just like puts it on the homepage and recommends it to people and serves it up, that's going to drive the ratings even more. That's something WWE could never get on cable television.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a huge deal. Netflix is going to be picking people and be like, hey, we saw that you liked this sports movie. Have you seen Raw? And then that person suddenly starts watching Raw. That's huge. That marketing is massive. So
there's a lot of things they could do with it. Like they can hey, we have Raw. Now let's add some WWE documentary. I think they're actually
100%.
doing one.
Yeah.
I think
well, they did
a Vince McMahon documentary.
Well, the funny thing, they did The Wrestlers, that little 8-part series of Al Snow's OVW, and that was great. And and I think we'll get more things like that. And you could do spin-offs and biographies of different talent and wrestlers and behind the scenes. And Netflix has been doing that with F1, with NASCAR, with golf. They can do that with WWE.
It needs to bring us the 3rd season of Glow, damn it.
Yeah,
that's what I need.
Could be possible.
I need that I need that to somehow stoke that. Give me the 3rd season because that shit was great.
So I think, and I think Raw, well, WWE's fan base in general will move as wrestling as
wherever it
goes.
goes.
They're a very loyal fan base, and you only need to look at their history. They've changed channels, days. They use Mondays and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Peacock, and they had their own network and USA and Fox, and they'll show up. So I would imagine Netflix doesn't do this deal if a majority of these people don't already have Netflix. They probably know that, and then they probably are looking at it and thinking this other half probably they're going to come because they're going to come. They're not going to miss wrestling, so they're all going to show up. So I think this is big.
This wins all around.
Vince McMahon docuseries is coming out on Netflix the first part of 2024. So that's coming soon.
Yeah, this is huge.
Got stuff coming.
I'm excited because the NFL moved to YouTube. This coming into Netflix is really starting to break down the last bastion of the cable TV, which was the live sporting events. And the more and more those come to streaming, the closer I get to a utopia where I can watch all the things I want to on an ad hoc month-to-month base with the freedom to pick and choose what I want without a TV contract, without an internet contract, without all the shit that, they've been, because I haven't had cable forever. I had stopped cable when I moved out. So I have not had cable since 2006. My kids have never had cable. We've been that cord cutter, and I've been staunch on that line. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't care how good the deal is. No, this is how I want to consume my stuff. And I've been for a long time. It's been sports. Sports has been the hard one because of the cable TV money. And I think not always, but a lot of that cable TV money is either fading or they are transitioning their service from cable to streaming. Like what you're seeing Fox do with Peacock and the other, they're moving their cable broadcast into streaming platforms.
Yeah.
I am just waiting for AEW to get the Warner Brothers Discovery deal, and I will be getting rid of my cable.
There it is.
I haven't had cable in 8 years, 9 years now.
I remember we took our kids to their grandparents. It was years ago, but they handed them the TV remote, and my kids were like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?" It was 100 buttons on it.
My
was like, "Yeah, our kids don't do that." They're like, "What?
What is this?
What are the numbers? What are the numbers?"
They get mad when there's commercials. They're like, "What is that?"
That's all they know. All they know is on demand and Roku and apps. And
same.
Yeah, they don't know any of that other stuff.
Where's
and I
Disney
think
Plus?
That's big for WWE. More than anything else, that alone is big for WWE.
Yeah. All right. Super Nintendo says 2024 is off to a great start in terms of good video games releasing. My question is, will the last 6 months match the first 6 months in quality in terms of great games? I don't know what's coming out, so I can't tell you.
He knows so little about what's coming out.
So hard to say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah, I want to say yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, my list of games ends in June, so I don't know. I can't
Does
call it.
Hellblade not count in the first 6 months?
It's the first 6 months. It's
Yeah.
the first 6 months, so that's in May.
I'm gonna say yes because we get like Final Fantasy. That's gonna be still like
But
right.
Final Fantasy is in the first 6 months.
Oh shit! Never
Yeah,
mind.
that's like
It comes out. It comes out
like
next month.
March.
It comes out in February. Final Fantasy is next month.
Damn, I didn't. I had no idea it was that
Yeah,
soon.
Damn. Yeah.
So I don't know.
exactly.
I don't know.
It's
No.
hard to say.
The last.
I mean,
the last
when
6
does
months
Switch
will
2
not
come
be
out?
I think it comes out this fall. That's
So
like
then
the
if
hope,
if,
right?
If it comes out in the fall, then I'd say the last 6 months is probably going to be just as great, right?
Yeah, you would think so.
Nah.
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 Nope, not
They're
even a
gonna give
little
us
bit.
snipper clips too.
They are not. You know they are not. They're not going to do that. Now, but what I wanted to say is, I think last year we had a lot of games that have been delayed and stuff that finally came out. I don't think I don't think they all came out. I think
No,
a lot
me
of those
either.
projects are going to come out this year too, and I think there's a lot of projects that'll come out this year that have been in development for years, and I think there's going to be. I've been pretty high on this year. I think this year's going to be a pretty stellar year in games too. So a lot of that does reside with the Switch. I'm not going to lie. Like I think the Switch 2 is going to be awesome, and I think they're going to have an awesome game or 4. Like I think they're gonna have some game. Like if they've got Metroid Prime and a 3D Mario, like oh shit, guys, watch out! Like it could be
sequel to
really
Arms,
good.
legs.
Hey, I liked Arms.
Arms was fun.
Arms was
Arms
cool,
was
man.
dope.
Arms was pretty
It
cool.
was fun. That's why we getting legs.
I mean, you got to do. Splatoon 4. Yeah.
Does it? If it has Angerfoot DLC, I'm fucking here for it. Okay,
Did
because I was
Angerfoot ever
about
come
to
out?
get. No, it's not out yet.
Yeah.
But I want it. That game was. Have you played? Did you ever play the beta?
No, I didn't.
The demo? Dude, that shit was fun. You just kick the fucking door in, and the people you kick them in the face. You kick it. It's just like you just walk around kicking the shit out of people. It's super fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this first 6 months though is pretty crazy. Just the first couple of months is insane.
It might be hard because if you're thinking like Persia, Hellblade, Final Fantasy, it might be hard to live up to that on the second.
Yeah, especially with fucking Power World kicking ass. You have Yakuza that's apparently got all 9s coming out. Like, it's insane.
I mean, I don't want to say nothing, but it doesn't feel like anything will have a viral moment like Power World. Like that doesn't come around every year. That comes around like once every
Showtime comes out.
8 years.
Who?
March.
So see, that goes in the first 6 months.
Is that going to be a great game? Is that going to be a 9? That's a 7.
I mean,
nobody. This is Delphin's Detective Pikachu for this year. That's what this is.
No,
it's gonna be better than that. But I mean, I watched. They came out with a trailer this week. We'll talk about it on Shaq. But like, it's giving me like it's kind of like Kirby vibes. It's just like a Kirby game.
Mm.
It does look like a Kirby game. That's not a bad thing.
No, I say that as somebody who loves Kirby games, but
I'm saying
she changes costumes and she like changes her play style, changes the level. We have like a mini game or like a side scroller. I'm like, okay, it's like a Kirby game.
Yeah. But like I said, that's another good game that comes out the first 6 months.
I don't think anybody's going to talk about Princess Peach by the end of the year.
I think they will. I think it'll be good.
Not even a little bit.
When you have a Prince of Persia that's getting all the 9s, and you have a Final Fantasy Rebirth that's about to come out that's probably also going to get 9s. Nobody's thinking about Princess Peach.
I don't feel like I'm throwing a stone. It's nothing against Princess Peach's Showtime. It's kind of a filler time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not that.
It's okay to admit it.
I think like if you were ranking the Switch games that we know of, okay, so if you were ranking the Switch games that we know about right now, is Princess Peach at the top of your list?
Probably top of his list.
No, I'm just
1,000 Year Door.
No, it's not top.
Luigi's Mansion.
Top of my list.
Donkey Kong versus Mario.
Apparently,
I'm the only person that's excited about that.
You are.
Yes, you are.
You're
the only one.
That's my Detective Pikachu. I'm gonna die on this hill.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good year. Period. It's gonna be a good year for games.
Of course it is. We got Donkey Kong versus Mario. Fucking excellent.
Shit. Where's the mute button?
Hey, speaking Super Nintendo, Dad. Yeah, I'm gonna change my answer. the second half of the year couldn't possibly live up to Donkey Kong versus Mario. You know,
There you go.
I'm
There it
surprised
is.
Final Fantasy hasn't gotten out of the way. I would.
Shit, just
This
move
man is spoken. You sound like me talking about Game Pass. Nonsense.
it. Move it.
Nonsense.
I'm telling you, man, you're sleeping on those little Mario minis. They should make us little Mario mini like things we could put on our desk, like little amiibos. Those things are awesome.
Are they?
Yes, they
are.
are.
Mm. I don't think so. Phantom Gamer says, with some intriguing and impressive visual mobile games releasing in 2024, do we start to see more AAA game parody releases to mobile on iOS and Android in the near future?
Define parody.
Yeah.
Resident Evil's
all
not
of that.
parody to console. That's not like they're not in parody. Parody to Switch, maybe, not to console.
Yeah. Daniel,
like,
is
it can
this-
run the game, but it's not running them like console. It's not on par with consoles.
Yeah. No. Just no all
Well,
around.
Dev's never going to say yes. I am going to say yes. The gap between mobile computing and PC computing is tightening. They're getting closer. Yeah, they're getting closer. And eventually these two paths are going to intersect. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, not now. Not this
One
year.
day.
No, I agree with you there. Yeah, I don't think it's this year either. But like
Next
it's
year.
would you at least say now that like they're in the ballpark now, or they haven't been? Like now they're in the ballpark.
No.
Right? Like they're they're in the stands. Like they're not on the field yet, but they're in the ballpark.
Stands? No, they're
In the upper
like
deck?
they're still on the outside looking in.
No, they're not.
So like,
No,
like,
no,
I need to
please.
get.
No,
I
no.
need to get these tickets. I'm trying to get these tickets.
Because like mobile
Yeah.
games used to be like not even in the parking lot.
They're still.
You know, we're talking like
not in the
little
parking
match
lot.
3 games and stuff
Still the
like that.
same thing.
Bejeweled. It's not.
Still the same
It's
thing.
fine.
They're
They're
talking
in
to
the
Scalper. The Scalper will give them tickets.
They're in the ballpark
Are
of the
they?
fact that it's playing Death Stranding.
And
Okay, like Death Stranding was on the console that just came out. That's in the ballpark. That's what in the ballpark.
Nah.
It's playing the same game.
nah.
If
It's a
it's
walking
playing
sim. It's not even a game. You're actually just watching a movie. It's not really a game.
It
Death
is
Stranding, you're
playing
not
a
playing
game
anything.
that you can play on your PS5, then it is in the ballpark. That's the same.
I can
ballpark.
put a Blu-ray in my PS5. That's like the same thing you're getting with Death Stranding. It's just a movie. You're not actually playing any
Well,
game.
I'm here for Death Stranding hate. You know that, but I don't want you to get me too far off my point.
This is not. This is not
The reality is nobody gives a shit. All right. Fuck your mobile
reality is,
games. Get the
It
fuck
doesn't
out
matter
of here.
that Death
Trash.
Stranding and Resident Evil is playing because everybody knows that the real game is Retro Bowl. You should be playing Retro Bowl College like me, always at a moment's notice. I have it right here at the ready.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to cancel
Mobile
my Apple
gaming
Arcade
Can
You know
kiss
why?
my ass.
because the only thing I play on this damn thing is Retro Bowl.
There you go.
It's
You
like,
have to
why do I even
subscribe
pay
to
for these other
Apple
games?
Arcade? It's a subscription?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I was like, why do I even
You pay for that.
pay for these other games that I downloaded when I'm just playing Retro Bowl? Like when I get done playing Retro Bowl, maybe I'll resubscribe. But like all I'm doing is playing Retro Bowl.
You're not gonna be done playing Retro Bro.
Never.
Yeah,
Never,
I know.
ever.
It's amazing. It's incredible. Maybe when NCAA football comes out.
Maybe. If it comes out.
It's coming out. It's gonna come out this summer.
Maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
I talked about it on Shaq this week. I want to talk about it with you. Because I had talked about it on Shaq, but like we didn't really have sports talk. I want
Yeah.
to talk about it, sports talk. My theory is so NCAA, like actual in real life, NCAA right now, they've got all this like nonsense, right? With NIL and the portal and all this, and everybody's bidding for buying players.
It's the worst.
So the NCAA, like all the presidents, they're super mad. Like they're gonna close this shit down. They're about to fix it. They're gonna like get Congress or whatever to like redo the law and like they're gonna change it.
Wow.
What they're going to do is they're going to change it to where the players are employees of the universities. And the plan is that athletic departments will put a stipend for each member of the athletics department into a trust, and then they'll pay people from that trust. So they'll be employees. So there will be no more like tampering. There'll be no more pay to play. It's like you're going to come to college here and everybody's going to get this much money. I think
Interesting.
it's probably going to take them 2 years to pull this off, but it's gonna I think we're gonna hear about this soon. Actually, like this summer, you're gonna hear about this. It's gonna be a
So
thing.
then, like, if I'm just an employee, why do I need to go to class? Can we just get rid of the whole education part? Because that's not what we're here for.
I think that might be a part of it. At least for football. I think for football that might be a part of it, because they're being sued right now because some football players sued them saying that they wanted to be employees, but the counter, the defense, they've brought in like people from the swim team and the softball teams and all the other athletic departments. They're like, I'm not a fucking employee of this university. I go to class here. Like, I'm a student. So I think coming out of that, so coming out of this lawsuit, I think they're going to separate. They may separate football from everything else. But anyway, getting back on point, I want to know
basketball too.
I want to know, does this NCAA game that's coming out this summer allow you to like bid on NIL? Are they gonna have like a salary cap? You can like tamper with other people's teams and shit. Because here's the thing: if they do, and then they close this shit down, and then they take it out of the next game, this is the game that you're probably going to want, because it's going to be like a snapshot in time of when college football was a fucking wreck. It was a train wreck, and it could be a collector's item.
That'd be crazy for them to actually put in the portal and all of that stuff. Like,
it's got to be a part of it. It has to be.
So crazy just to think of what college football is at this point. It just.
I saw somebody in Reddit and they were like, how would they even do that? And I was like, hello, Madden, the salary, you just literally change the letters next to it. And it's like, yeah, your NIL has given you $100 million to field a team this year. Go, like, and think about it 10 years from now, when college football is completely different. We have this playoff and all the kids are employees of the schools and everything. And like, think about what you're going to think about. And you're like, dude, remember those couple years back then when, like, before Nick Saban retired, where that shit was like insane? They were just buying kids like, yo, you want $1 million? Leave school.
Come over here.
You know, like, there's an interesting scenario where this upcoming game is like wild, but we have no idea if EA is going to go that hard
about it. Yeah, they haven't said there's nothing. We just know that it's in development at this point.
Well, they said it's coming out this summer. They've reaffirmed that they're on track. They said, like, we still plan. The plan is the plan, but of course, they're not going to tell you it's not, because that would be announcing a delay.
Right.
We're
thinking August, late August,
July or August. Yeah. The only thing that I can is somebody went back and they tracked like all the announcements for like the last 5. It was common for them to have very short announcements to releases. So like they would do like their trailer in like February or March, and then they would do like a game demo in like May or June. The game would come out in July. You know, so
that makes sense, because that's when that makes a lot of sense.
So like for the people that are like, they haven't said anything yet, that's on brand for like how they used to do this. Now that doesn't mean anything now, but if you're trying to extrapolate something, this is how they used to do it. So.
Close to the Super Bowl.
Mad they thought that they were gonna show their
probably going to wait for after the Super Bowl, get all that out of the way, and then start the game. I'm sorry,
people are missing football. You throw that out there.
When people mad, like not too long ago, people thought they were going to announce it, show the game during the national championship game.
They thought they were going to show it during the national. There was a rumor that got going around, and the guy that I've been following, the news I've been bringing, his name's Matt Brown. He seems to be he has people in the studio. He's got the 411 on this. The whole week he was like, I don't know who keeps saying this. It's not me. I'm telling y'all, they're not doing anything. Like, y'all are getting hyped up. And that's when I started to cool. You remember in the Discord, I kept sharing something like, everybody cool, chill. But
this ain't happening.
Yeah, people were big mad. They're like, what the fuck? Where's the game?
Mad.
Because they've been waiting a decade for this game. You know, like, we thought this game was never happening again. It's been long.
2014 was the last one.
That game still, if you have a copy, it still sells for like $70, $80.
Michigan
people mod the shit. They sell mods for it and USBs, and you know, like it's a devout fan base.
Yeah,
you know, like that game has a strong following, and
I know people that still play it. Like my boy Steve, he is on like season 40. He played the game so long as USC that they forced him to retire.
30 seasons. Yeah.
That's like, what? You're like, yeah, they forced me to retire.
The file can only go so long. I think you can only do 30 seasons. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've hit that cap.
That's insanity. That's a lot of college football.
I have one major concern about this game. Can you think you can guess what it is?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue.
My biggest concern with NCAA football is that it doesn't come to PC.
Ooh. You know it's not coming to PC, right?
I think it is, though. EA's been putting all their shit on PC lately.
But like the last year's version of it. So that's the other thing.
Well, I think
this year Madden was
that this is the first one.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the first time that Madden was the same Madden on PC as it was on like the latest console. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but this scares me. This is the first NCAA, and
exactly.
Yeah. Because I really I'm gonna get it on console, but like I want some backwards compatibility I can believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want a copy that I can believe in.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up. Delvin apparently has turned us into a voicemail service, so we had somebody send him a voice message.
Oh, we're getting voicemails.
Yeah, we got voicemails apparently. So let's see if this works.
So I figured I would leave a voicemail just because this would be a lot to type, and I don't want you to read a book.
No, it's working. I'm hearing.
I'm pretty good distance into the episode right now. And I think as a finale for the gun control thing, it's all right. Like you guys covered that kind of up front and get into
That's not the right one.
I think as a panel, as a open forum for
that's weird.
A mixture of races and ethnicities and orientations.
That's not the right one at all, Dev.
I think you have a fantastic
Dev.
I think the conversation here is very good.
That's not the right one at all. I don't know how you got that one.
That's what you said.
That's funny. That isn't the right file at all.
When we let the asylum,
maybe you should have listened to it.
Run the asylum.
That isn't the right one at all.
Well, I couldn't even hear it.
Oh, he started talking about
gun control.
Delvin's gun control podcast and how it applies to race and ethnicities and all kinds.
I love
it.
You sent us the wrong one. Good job, Delvin.
Well, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know what happened. I don't know how
this is exactly what happened with this transformer. This is part 2.
Yeah, this is amazing. Hey, I love
it.
Keep playing it.
Wow.
Delvin,
how did you say the wrong thing?
I just sent the voicemail when that came to me. And I don't know how the hell that one came up, but oh well.
Jesus.
Wow.
Let's talk about some gun control, baby.
Oh goodness. Don't drag us into your shit. Like don't bring us into that.
I'm gonna drag you even more into it now.
That's the first and last voice memo we're ever gonna play on this show.
Yeah.
Good job.
Please submit all inquiries in writing.
To be fair, you should know better. To listen to everything, to screen everything before I send it to you. So I blame you.
That's the fun part. You do it live. You get something.
I was told y'all had it. It was like, don't worry about it, Donnie. We've got to handle this.
Well, Donnie, you were wrong.
I put my trust in y'all, and I've learned not to do that again.
Yeah.
Well, Donnie, you should know. I have not to trust black people, Donnie.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
That voicemail that girl left me.
Give it another voicemail.
That would have been interesting.
Moving right along. Brendan says,
okay,
how many
Delvin,
times
it happens
a
to
week?
everybody.
Yeah.
It's common.
It's all right. It's cool. You're good.
So that ain't what she
Especially
said.
men at your age. It's a normal thing.
My age.
We'll get it next time, Tiger.
Yeah, you're like
blue cheese. I ain't got that problem. I am juicing.
Like Tristan? You on the juice?
Like
you guys see Tristan got popped for like steroids or some shit?
What are you doing?
What are you doing, Tristan?
Sit your ass down.
I am the Barry Bonds of PSVG. give me all of the steroids.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
So yeah, Brendan says, how many times a week have you not done something because you have had a family to take care of and going to jail is not an option?
This week? This week alone, or we talking about in general? In general,
Either way,
might be thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, I told you guys I snapped earlier. I
Mhm.
was trying to ask my daughter a question, and she immediately just started, turning into an argument. And it's just been like our reaction. Like that's how we've been doing it for like the last 2 months. And I was making my dinner, and I had tongs to get something out, and I threw my tongs in the ground. I was like, God, so tired of this. That's what I did. And she was like, if you can't control your anger, that you can't throw tongs. I was like, that's my big that's my big judgmental.
That is
I was
white
like,
people reaction.
right. I was like, do you have any idea what real anger problems? She's like, you have anger control. Like, you don't know what anger problems are because you live such a good fucking life. You don't even comprehend what that is. You think throwing the tongs on the ground is a big deal?
right.
I'm throwing chairs at niggas. He doing
Throwing chairs, we putting holes in walls.
That's what I'm trying to I'm trying to fathom. I'm like, God, you beautiful child. I am such a good dad that you think this is problematic.
I have threatened people's lives.
You're going to talk about breaking the cycle? I did it, guys. I broke the cycle.
We won.
He threw a tone like he's an outlaw.
Right.
Oh my God, he's so unhinged.
Unhinged. Let's call the cops. So yeah, going to jail is not an option.
Yeah, I've chased people with bats. like, and told them I ever see you get out and murder you.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot. That's the answer. Yeah.
Weekly.
You're not alone.
Yeah. He also says, fuck, marry or kill, movies, video games, and sports.
Yeah, I don't like this one so much. This is so hard. This is tough. I saw this when it came in.
How do I do that?
I think I
Blu-ray?
fuck video games, I marry movies, and I kill sports.
Oh, I think I might do the same.
It pains me to say it.
No, I had an easy one for this. This was easy for me.
What?
I'm killing the movies because fuck that. My video games are movies. I'm marrying my video games. I'm gonna fuck sports because once I get too old, I can't even mess with sports. So
that actually weighed in. That was another reason why I killed off sports. Is like I'm so old, and I'm not athletic anymore.
Yeah,
it's like I can't do anymore. Movies. And I could talk myself into like, okay, I love sports, but like, is it a healthy love? Like, if I had to kill something, like, could I benefit from killing this part off? Like, there could be better parts on the other end of that rainbow for me. I might live a less stressful life, a less problematic life.
I feel like I can live without sports. I love sports, but I can live without sports. I don't think I can live without movies and video games.
I could very easily live without movies because there's television.
No, I can't. You know me. I watch way too many movies. Way too many movies. Like I'm not fucking watching TV.
Just you can't watch. Dev. Just think about it. You can't watch any more movies.
I'm okay with
movies that come out.
Do you know how many movies I don't watch? I don't watch movies, Delvin. I really don't. The only movies
you're gonna miss 8,000 Marvel movies.
That's okay because they put them all on TV now. It's all TV.
Spider-Man movies.
I'll be all right.
No, you can't. No, you cannot watch them on TV.
Yeah, you can't watch the movies on TV. You just can't watch.
Movies.
I didn't say movies. I said they make TV shows for all the Marvel stuff, so I'm fine with that. I don't need to watch movies. Good. Read books. I'd rather read books anyway. I
wonder if he changed it like TV and movies, video games.
I would still do the same. I would still kill the movies.
The same thing. Okay.
Yeah, because I'll read a book. I really don't watch that. I
don't watch movies. Fuck out of here.
I can't. All my horror movies and stuff, dude. Like last year, I watched like 200 movies or something. Like it was insane.
Yeah, I've watched maybe 20, if that.
I watched 3 or 4 movies this week. I watched The Matrix last week.
The last movie that I watched.
I watched Good Will Hunting. I watched The Negotiator, which I hadn't seen in years. A good movie, man.
That's good.
Yes, rewatching stuff. I don't do that.
Yeah, because they're good movies. I like
Typically,
rewatching
I
good
watch a
movies.
movie once, and I don't ever just like games.
There are movies I've seen Starship Troopers 15 times. You just watched it the one time? Like that's it. You just watch it. I feel like Starship Troopers doesn't get good till the third time. What are you talking about? It gets better.
And then like when it re-airs on TNT and I'm flipping through channels, it might be on in the background.
Oh, that's gone. Can't do that anymore.
Watch a lot of
that's
movies.
gone.
Just
I'm
silence.
okay with that. I'm
just
okay
watching Judge Judy.
Nah, I'm watching Judge Judy. I'm reading this book and playing these video games, son.
Watching As the World Turns. As he cleans. Like he's just out here. Just Victor's still alive. You're like, damn, man. And I can't get rid of video games. And like I said, sports is unhealthy love. Like I can't live without it, but it's unhealthy for that reason.
Let me ask this. Can you play sports video games?
Ooh, good question. I mean, video game. It's a video game, so I assume yes.
Video games I'm marrying, so yeah.
So then I'll be fine. So then I'll be fine.
Video games were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says sports, but like a video game, a sports video game is a video game. It's not sports. It's a video game.
Sports.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'll be fine. I could just play sports video games.
Yep.
Yeah, I could probably do that too. I could live vicariously through my games.
Yeah, I can simulate the season.
The Cavs are better in that world.
Yeah, and exactly. All your teams can win in that world. You're rooting.
I don't live in an eternal suffering like in that world. So yeah, that's probably better over there.
Yeah.
Fun question though.
Yeah. TPR says work is slamming me right now, and morale is low. What do you tell yourselves to keep yourself sane in those times?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I talked to a person yesterday, and they were like, "You sound depressed." I was like, "Maybe a little bit." Like I've just been talking to my wife. She doesn't hate it because I always send her like these really dark humor TikToks about like, death coming early and all that, and she's like, "Seriously, Donnie, you need to stop." And I don't know. I don't tell myself anything. You know what I do? I podcast with my friends, and I find a good world of video game to get lost into, and those things help a long way. Or a good album to listen to. Those are the things that kind of keep me going and get me moving through the tough ones. Because the thing that it's not that I'm battling. I don't want to make it sound too. I'm not like super low. It's just like feeling very like I don't even know. I was telling my wife this over dinner, but I don't even know the best way to describe it. It just feeling very small, maybe. It's just like
okay.
I'm struggling. Not struggling. I don't want to oversell it. Things are tight. I feel stress. I got a lot of like work stuff's going, and it's just like I remember I was talking to my wife. I was like, "Is this really like? Is this it? Like, I'm just gonna like play some video games and like go to work every day and like pay these bills, and then like that's it, and just clock out eventually in a few years, and like that's it.
Yeah,
like that's the whole like this is the whole thing. Like it's like more like that, and but in her credit, as she always does, she's like, but that's just how you're feeling now. She's like, like there are like seasons and things like come and go, and she's like, you remember how it was like before the kids, and when they were little, now they're teenagers. She's like, in a few years, we're not going to have kids. She's like, a whole new life and a whole new experience. So, like she's real good at those sorts of things. Yeah.
Stuff in perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. But I get in those moods and I'm just sitting around. I'm like, what the fuck does any of this matter? Like, what are we doing?
It doesn't even matter.
Like the collective we, like all of us, like as humanity, not just me, like all of us, like,
When you start getting the collective, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? What's the point?
Like, what's going on here? Like, what's the point?
For what?
It's depressing. It's depressing thoughts to chew on. It's very
absolutely. When you think about your life is just a speck.
Yeah, but even like the whole impact, it's like, what are we like? We're all just like traveling as fast as light can move us. We're like barreling towards like AI. Like, is this good? Is anybody like asking if this is good? Like, nobody cares. Nobody's stopping. Like, it's just
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels very small. I feel very small sometimes.
indeed.
This is the shit I think about when I'm like left alone with no PC to game on. I'm just like,
Jesus Christ.
What are we even doing here? Yeah.
I know
very
I'm depressed not to go to you
existential.
motherfuckers. I was gonna sit in a goddamn corner and stare at a wall.
I mean, the universe is how old? And your impression on it is basically that?
Not even that. That makes a sound.
Yeah.
TPR. Don't listen to these people. Don't listen to these people, TPR. Let me tell you what I do to get through the day. When I know things is fucked up, even when I have a horrible day, I look at it like this. As long as I'm breathing, as long as I got a tomorrow, it's not to reset everything and get everything right. So, today might not be good. Tomorrow's going to be better. As long as you have that motivation to keep going, it'll eventually work out. Don't listen to them.
I looked at my calendar. Tomorrow sucks too.
Yeah, like exactly. I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker talking about? Tomorrow's gonna be just like today, just like it was yesterday, just like it was last week. What the fuck are you talking about?
No. You have to keep pushing and you have to keep going and try to make your next day better than your last day.
I'm tired.
It's not always gonna work.
I'm exhausted.
Dude, I'm tired.
You got to keep fighting. Unfortunately, we have to keep moving through life, and you have to kind of put a positive spin on it. Well, yes, we do.
Do we though? Do we though?
We don't have to.
Listen, Delvin. Do
Yes.
we?
We don't.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
We.
Yes.
We.
Yes. I don't know if you know this. You guys have a podcast to do. So y'all, yes, we do. We do. It's gonna be really awkward next Wednesday if I'm here by myself. to get a podcast started. Yes, it would be. Just sitting there.
Find some people to bring on.
No.
Yeah, you got enough of them.
I'm gonna just
that Fudo
just
show
make
or
y'all,
talk about Metroid's butt or whatever. Like, like
no,
it's fucking...
I'm gonna make sure that if I'm by myself, I'm gonna do the whole show by myself and act like y'all are here.
He just starts playing his voicemails.
just like, so Donnie, tell me about the news. Nobody's gonna answer. Like, look at this psychopath.
I can see it. It's like this. This is what he does.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, tell us about the news. Yeah, man. So today in the news, that's what he's gonna do. He's just gonna pop people back and forth. You have like cardboard cutouts of us.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we do. I'm gonna put different cameras, different
find the little things that make you happy and hold on to that TPR. Just work isn't everything. Find the joy. It's there somewhere.
Is it though?
Maybe.
All those fails, have an affair. There you go.
Life is short. Have an affair. Ashley Madison. That was a wild marketing campaign. You remember those commercials?
Yes, I do.
They'd have that shit. You'd be like, they'd show like some like bored housewife in her kitchen. It's like everybody goes out and shit. And be like, life is short. And you're like, yeah, it is. It's like having an affair. Like, wait a minute, what?
Do you remember
when Reagan would lose? Can you imagine this shit was in 1992? Like Reagan, like what? What?
Do you remember when their data got leaked and everybody's name and phone number got put out there? Who was on that site?
Oh,
that happened.
Yes,
yeah, put out on a site.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
like a black web or like an actual like a blog. Like,
I think it was
just like easily accessible.
Anonymous.com. Like you can just go look at all that's hilarious. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was bad. Like
that's bad.
Pastors was on information came out there.
That's not
there was a lot of people, lot of big people. And then the data, like if I remember correctly, the data people found out that most of the people they were talking to on the website were like bots.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
It was bad. It was
AI,
like 80%
men.
In
the future.
It was 80% men and like 20% bots. Like it was bad.
That's crazy.
That maths.
Mm-hmm.
So That was I just remember those commercials. That's all I remember. And those commercials were because it would be like it'd almost be like a therapy commercial or something. You'd be like, you need uplifting. You need to look for the joy today. Be like, and then it hits you with that like clothes like having a fear. Like what? Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I just typed in Ashley Madison hack list. Yeah, the list is still available. You can look up the people.
I was like, I got the list. Delvin on the list.
You made the list.
Did you make the list?
Absolutely not. I cannot afford Ashley Madison.
He's like, I tried. I looked into it.
It was an option.
Oh, that's speaking of affording. He was going on about Netflix earlier.
Yeah. It'll get too expensive.
Too expensive.
Netflix?
This man subscribes to literally everything.
Everything. And buys everything.
And here's the thing. They didn't even raise the price. They didn't raise the price. They cut their basic tier. There's a cheaper tier than that. There's you can lower the price from there. And Delvin shows at Discord, Netflix about to be $50 a month. Like, what? We're so far away from $50 a month.
It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there soon enough. And I
cushions throwing away Gucci wallets.
Yeah.
That wallet was gonna get me arrested.
I don't want to hear that this man pays for
that
AMC
wallet
Plus.
was gonna get me arrested. I don't pay for that. Which one I pay for? Is that what I pay for?
You told us.
I pay for one to get me something for free.
You pay for at this point. Let me know.
One of them,
man buys Game Pass games on other platforms.
Right.
Day one.
And when you
while also subscribing to Game Pass,
they're cheap from the guy on the corner. You can afford Netflix.
I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe in jail.
You got rounded up.
Yeah. He may be in jail.
The sting. He's about to drop your name. Listen, the kingpin of it all. My customer Delvin.
About to have me on a RICO charge like Young Thug.
Yeah, stop buying them day one Game Pass games on PS5, or you can afford your Netflix.
What I think it is we see this happen every time Netflix adjusts the price. I don't believe for a second anybody's actually getting rid of Netflix, Delvin included. What I think it is I think that people don't like that Netflix can change their price so much. I think it's the uncertainty that people don't like. They think that they subscribe and they can like kind of lock in, but like Netflix is like, no, we're just gonna raise it whenever we want. I think that's the point people don't like.
No, they're gonna raise it. They're gonna make sure that y'all not sharing it with nobody else.
Because it's not about the money. Because people say it is, and it's like Netflix is like, we're gonna raise it $4. Like you can afford $4. Everybody can afford $4. You're like, it's about the principle over $4.
Why don't
the principle of $4? Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Netflix is my least used one out of all the ones. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even a Netflix stan. I'm not even like, I don't want to defend them because I don't watch it that much either. But like, I realize that the quality and quantity, but the quality of their content is like superior to most services. They have a lot of stuff, man.
They do, but I don't dig a lot of the stuff they have as of late. Sure. I like HBO Max.
Sure.
I watch the most. Disney Plus.
I watch Max most, yeah.
Yeah, I watch Max a lot.
Tubi. I watch Tubi a lot, and Tubi's free.
I watch Tubi a lot too because they have Transformers.
Tubi at all.
Tubi is the like if you're into horror movies, Tubi is where it's at.
It's great.
Yeah, Tubi's better than Shudder. Tubi's great.
Tubi has everything. If you like 80s cartoons, horror films,
only thing that my son watches on Tubi. Like that's where all the Transformers and G.I. Joe and Mask and all that stuff is. Even though we have all of that stuff like on disc.
I watched a lot of Peacock for sports this year in WWE. I loved watching people melt down over Peacock having playoff games. That made me so happy. All these people tweeting Facebook, and I saw so many people on Facebook. I can't believe the game is on Peacock. This is a show. I'm never doing this. I was like, you fucking
Peacock like
old ass people. Like it makes me look so old. That was very funny.
I watch more Paramount Plus than anything. That's where I watch.
I watch Paramount Plus a lot too.
I check in from time to time.
My Star Trek stuff, so that's why
I'm a whole lot of stuff over there. But I mean, I watch YouTube and TikTok more than anything by far, leaps and bounds. But then when it comes to the actual like entertainment apps, it'd be the other ones.
The only TikToks I watch are the ones that you occasionally send. That's it.
Yeah, I don't have
Thanks.
TikTok.
I will curate your TikTok. We'll watch TikTok. The other day, me and my wife just veg on TikTok for like 2 hours. That's all we do is watch TikToks.
I cannot do that shit. Chanel be sending me reels from IG, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch shorts. I don't know. I want to go watch a show. I want to watch Game of Thrones. Like that's what I want to do.
Sure.
I can't do this short form content stuff. Drives me nuts.
Since you've watched Game of Thrones already.
I'm rewatching it.
I just think it's way funnier. Like on the comedy part, like if I'm in the mood to laugh, I just laugh way more at like TikToks than anything else. Like it's just so funny.
Funny stuff. And she gets mad because she'll send it to me and I'll just stare at her like it's not funny.
That's so sad.
That is.
It's like I just stare at her like she's an idiot.
I see why y'all answered the question the way y'all answered it now. It makes sense now.
It's just not funny sometimes. I mean, I love her, and she's sending me some stuff. Some stuff is funny, but a lot of stuff that she'll send, and she's like, I hate you. You don't think it's funny. I'm like,
no joy, the thief of joy.
Yeah,
absolutely, 1000%.
Buzz Killington.
Yes,
Dad Killington.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. But Netflix, I watched the Gran Turismo movie. It was all right.
Why?
I had fun with it. It wasn't too bad. It was fun. I got to enjoy the cars. Honestly, I thought, besides it being cheesy, I thought that was probably about as good as you can make it. Like for not a Gran Turismo movie, but like for a video game movie. I thought they did a really good job of like making it like a bringing in the video game. They had like an esports room. Like the guy would get into the cockpit and you see like the car kind of build around him, like in space. I was like, that's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. You know, I could see if you were somebody watching this movie, you'd be like, I want to play that video game. Like I could see that happening for sure. You know?
Since you brought up a video game movie.
I'm
watching this Silent Hill Ascension show.
Oh, yeah?
I got to tell you, it's the worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Is it Moonfall bad?
Like it was made by
worse than it looked like it's awful. It looked like somebody just like
the
then you have no taste.
You don't have no taste. Liked.
Yeah, but it's like somebody took a PS3 and said, "Let's make a Silent Hill TV show," and made it. Didn't put it just made it. There are scenes. There's one scene in particular I showed my daughter, and she bust out laughing. Where there's a character who is a woman. It's clear. It is a woman character. It's not a non-binary character. It's not a trans character. Who walks in the room talking to the other characters without a beard. And she walks out the room with a beard. A full beard. And this is the craziest thing about it.
Just like a glitch or something? Is it animated or is it live action?
It's done in video game CG.
Okay.
What?
Because the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to watch the show, but much like how we say with Until Dawn, and there's supposed to be key points in it where you can use your phone and you can vote on changing the story of it. So it looks like a terrible version of Until Dawn, like a bad version of it.
Delvin used his phone and changed the story by turning it off.
Yes, that is the best way to turn it off. It is terrible. Like I said, the thing about it, what made it more funny was the woman character was a black woman, and when she turned around to walk out the room, she had like a Hulk Hogan Fu Manchu beard, and it was blonde.
Was it supposed to be? Was it supposed to be like? Is it like a story reason? Is there like a glitch in the Matrix or something that made it happen?
It was what it looked like happened when they were animating it. They somehow, some way. They on the way out they used the wrong character model.
Oh, okay.
So it still has the woman's body, but a different character model face. Like
got it.
That's not how it's supposed to be. It is so bad. You can watch it for free. It's on no.
I'm not watching that.
It's on it's on that
no.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what services are.
I'm telling you where it's at, because this is even more embarrassing. It's on Sony's new network. That's on the PlayStation Sony Core.
Nobody's doing that.
This is their flagship show.
No, it's not.
Flagship. It's their flagship show. That's what it is. Garbage.
I forgot Sony even had that. It doesn't exist. It's gonna go away. Who cares?
Bring back View, damn it.
View was great.
I loved it.
It was fantastic.
It was so good. And I got so much. I had the credit card, which had the View, which had my PlayStation, my PSN Plus, and I got so many rewards points for View because you got like triple points for, you got points for the purchase, points for View, points for PSN. I was picking up like a 25 PSN card a month for subscribing. I missed so much.
I had sold so many of my friends on View. They got PlayStations, they got View, and it was just great.
It was like, I felt like nobody realized because it was so small, nobody realized, but there was a year there where I subscribed to PlayStation View. You could log in, you could put whatever zip code you wanted to be in and pick up all the local live events. So I just picked a Cleveland zip code, put it in, and could watch all Cleveland sports and stream. And I was like, this is perfect. This is all I've ever wanted. And it lasted for like almost like a season and a half. And then somebody like finally caught up to it. And we're like, we gotta try this shit.
Like people into a zip code here.
I was so mad. I was like, it's the only reason I subscribed to this fucking thing.
View was the best live streaming service, hands down. At one point, it had everything.
It was great. Mm-hmm. Quality was good too.
And then they raised the price on it a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
They raised the price on a bunch, and I was like, I'm here for it every time.
See, and here's Netflix. We need $4. Delvin's like, fuck you guys.
No.
He comes into Discord, starts dropping links and hate and stuff. Chris got Chase all fired. Chase is about some principle, Donnie.
And you're just like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, goddamn right, Chase. Side with me, Chase. Spout the goddamn principles. Have some fucking morals. Have some balls. Goddamn it. Either you stand for something or you stand for nothing.
People treat Netflix like a redheaded stepchild. Come on, man.
Goddamn right.
It's awesome. It's a good service. They got Stranger Things. They got to pay for that shit.
Great show.
They're making all the movies with Adam Sandler and Leo and what's the big one? The Rock. They got The Rock and Kevin Hart and all those movies. They got to pay these people.
I never seen none of that shit.
I don't watch any of that either. I only watch Netflix for stand-up specials and documentaries and sports, like The Drive. I mean, I watch Survive the Drive. That's really the only reason I have Netflix. My wife and daughter watch Netflix like 100% more than I do.
Yeah, same. My kids and my wife watch a lot of Netflix.
Yeah, I watch Netflix like once a month.
I'm just scrolling through Netflix trying to find something to watch.
Yeah, I stopped paying for it, but my wife pays. Like this, like the one thing she pays for. Because I was like, I'm going to turn this off, and she was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yeah, I am. And she was like, then I'm going to pay for it. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, you do you. But I'm not. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not paying for this anymore. And she's paid for Netflix ever since. I pay for the ESPN Trio bundle, whatever, and that's a waste of money. The only person that uses any of it's Jack. He watches a lot of Disney Plus. It's the only reason I have it. It's for Disney Plus. Yeah, Jack watches a lot of Disney Plus, but like my wife and daughter, they don't watch Hulu. I don't really watch Hulu. The ESPN thing's a joke because like none of the live events are like. You also need cable. Like you can't watch a lot of the live events through the subscription. So like, I can watch like 30 for 30 every now and again. That's not bad, but like most of it's doesn't matter. Yeah, but it's so cheap. It's like Plus. What does it matter? I'm not going to drop down because like Disney Plus is like what. Like $11.99 and like the trio is like $15. It's like $3. Now Delvin would be standing his ground. He'd be like, whoa, absolutely not. We can't be doing this shit.
I get Disney Plus for free, so I can't be mad.
But like
I get Max for free.
Get all that for free.
I get Max for free. I get Paramount for free. From Dev.
Yeah.
Every now and again they have a movie. The one that surprised me most, I think, is Peacock. Peacock's a pretty good platform, especially when you're on a good streaming, but they have a lot of good stuff. Obviously, WWE is a big part of it, but like they had a lot of good sports stuff. I got to watch a lot of Ohio State games on Peacock. They had a lot of like new movies I got to watch on Peacock. It's pretty good.
Yellowstone is the only thing I've watched on Peacock. Yellowstone is great.
Good show.
Is this the voicemail guy?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Baylorism, Delvin fucked your shit up.
He screwed it all up.
He started posting some stuff like that. That didn't work at all. You want to try to submitting your question to us again? because that did
Yes.
not work.
No, it
Yeah.
didn't at all.
Delvin failed you.
You sure did.
Yes, I did.
A great,
Much like the Green Arrow failed his city.
Don't bring that
This is
PSX.
not. It's not this show. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, PSXP?
Yeah,
Number
don't.
one PlayStation
bring-
show
don't-
on
don't
PSVG.
bring your
The only
CW
PlayStation show on PSVG.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why
We
it's
don't do
number
that
one.
here.
Because it's the only one.
We don't do that here.
we don't do that here.
We
Yeah.
don't do that here. Take your Tower of Power nonsense elsewhere. We should really change the name of the show.
What show?
The
CW.
PlayStation Experience. It should be like the CW Experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh?
The CW
Matter.
Experience, a PlayStation podcast, is really like that is
That's a good
the
idea.
most informative name for that actual show.
You know what?
Indeed.
I like it.
Sure,
Talking
sure.
about
Want to
Green
hear
Ranger
Arrow
and shit.
news? Want to hear about Dawson's Creek, wherever the fuck show that is? on
The
CW?
green flashlight. That's it, not the Green
Headlines.
Ranger. The green flashlight.
Dawson's Creek. What?
What?
I don't know what shows on CW. Isn't
Does
Dawson's
anybody?
Creek on CW?
Kaylee does.
I didn't know CW was still a thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Wow.
is it like a subscription service or is it like cable?
It's TV. Isn't
what the hell
NXT
they
going to be on
have
CW? Think
I don't
NXT
know.
on CW.
I don't
Real
watch
soon.
NXT anymore. I watch NXT on YouTube. Do you see that flip diamond cutter Braun Breaker did?
That was crazy.
That shit was wild. Like that should be the finisher. That was dope. I was like, oh, that's killer. That's awesome. But yeah, I don't watch NXT every week, man. I can get that kind of time. You talking about NXT?
You know, Delvin likes
It's
trash.
supposed to go. It
That's
starts
true.
in October on CW Network.
Okay.
And
So-
where is CW on? Like, is it its own streaming show? Is like what? Is it its own network still? Which
What
kind of?
is CW?
It's sort of like
Right.
I don't know where it's at on y'all neighborhood. It's on Channel 11.
Canada West. That's what it
Neighborhood.
is.
What does that
Canada
mean?
West.
Is it on antenna? Are you asking me to like bunny
It is
ears
on
this shit?
antenna.
What are you talking about?
It-
What?
it is- that's the thing. It's
I'm
on
not doing that.
CW's on antenna.
I don't even know
But
if that stuff
if you have
works here.
cable,
I
you can
don't,
watch it.
I don't have,
Nobody
yeah, I
has
don't
If you
have
have
cable.
cable, you can watch it.
I told you.
Just
I
get
haven't had
local
cable
channel
in
pack.
20 years, man.
But CW
Cable.
is on antenna.
Hmm.
Okay. You're old for the earth. You know that? Like you're here telling people to antenna the CW.
The antenna.
Yes,
Didn't the antenna go away? Isn't it digital now? Just
it's digital.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. I would have liked it if we could still just pick up some stuff. Not everything, but some stuff via the old way. It'd be cool.
yeah. It's cut off.
D-Life.
Because I tried getting a digital antenna once, and
I
I
would have
called this
booted
guy
from the
to come out
network.
and like do a diagnostic, and he told me I had too many trees around my house or something. He's like, you can't get a signal here. But he told me, he was like, if we could do it the old way, he's like, you'd be fine. He's like, but with the new way, he's like, you can't, you're not going to get any
Yeah.
channels.
That
Go out there
sucks.
and cut some trees down.
Yeah, he thought I was going to cut trees down for it. I was like, dude, nobody's doing that. Are you crazy?
Do I look like Paul Bunyan? What is going
Like
on
the
here?
fuck? But it's not even that. It's like the idea that I would actually cut trees down for digital, for
Right.
antenna television. Like, what? Dude, we have Netflix. We're fine. Like, we're good, man. I was just
We have
interested.
Internet.
I was just interested. I was just asking. I was like, is this a thing? You know, I just didn't know. I didn't know how, like, really how it worked. And
They're really in here talking about One Tree Hill and Dawson's Creek. Lord Jesus.
I blame you. This is your fault. That's your fault. They're talking
it's
about
your
that.
people.
Mm-hmm.
These your people.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're my people. Last
like,
time
when I was a
somebody
kid,
my people,
We could go
I
to
got
Radio Shack
a call about that.
and get like a $10 antenna and put that shit on the TV, and like you could watch TV. And this guy
still
came
do
out and
that.
he's like, he was like, all right, you got to cut some trees down. He's like, we're gonna have to get an amplifier. We're gonna put it in the attic or into the thing. I was like, what the like? This is more complicated than Dish. What are you doing, man? Like, this is insane. I was
Yeah.
like, we got to do all of this for TV? Like, it used to just work.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, but they all changed it. I was like,
Yeah.
well, that's dope.
Ooh. All right, next question. Barrett33 says, hey team, what are your thoughts on the recent surge of licensed games? Are you worried
Ooh,
the trend will stifle or limit creativity? And
yes.
what developer would you be most disappointed to hear is pivoting from original content to licensed content?
That's a good question. But yes, the answer is yeah. It almost undoubtedly limits creativity. It has to, because you don't own the IP.
I didn't realize there was a surge of licensed IP.
There isn't. There's
No,
always
there
been licensed
is.
games.
There
There's
is.
more
There's
than
more.
normal.
Not really. No, there's not more. I think there are more that are good, and people are noticing that. But there's always
No,
been licensed games.
Hang on, I wouldn't say good. I would. It is not necessarily good. I think what you're seeing is you're seeing more. You're seeing bigger projects go towards licensed things versus original IPs. I think we're seeing more of that.
What are we getting besides like the Marvel stuff and Pandora? Like, what else
Blade.
is there?
We got Avatar. We're getting Blade.
That's
We're getting
the
the Marvel
Marvel.
games.
Outside of Marvel.
We're
We
getting
know all
Indiana
about it.
Jones. Star Wars counts.
But those are things we've always had. Outside of
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Avatar,
That's a lot of games.
but I feel like that's not.
But we've
more.
always had that stuff.
I said, like, is it a surge? I feel like we've already. This is not new.
Like, okay,
This has always been a thing.
Okay, never mind. You guys are right. Never mind.
I'm curious.
No, because here's the thing. Here's the problem. If you're just going to say we had licensed games before, we have licensed game now, and you're going to act like they're the same games, then there's no argument that I can make. The point I'm trying to make, they're not the same games now.
But I feel like
for example, we're getting Indiana Jones and not Wolfenstein 3. That's the thing that we're getting. We're getting Star Wars Outlaws instead of the next massive game from Ubisoft, right? They're going to the license thing. They want to make a license thing. We're getting Blade instead of Dishonored. Now, I actually think that's probably an upgrade, but that's just me. I think if you believe that we're getting more of those, and it is a trend, because all of these, everything I just said, everything that I just said has been announced in last 2 years. So there's probably a lot more of them that we don't know about.
But what are we losing though? Like, what's the next big Ubisoft thing if it wasn't Assassin's Creed, which we're still getting? So where's the loss? Like, what are we losing with this slew of licensed IP?
It doesn't say anything about losing anything. Does it say anything about losing anything? It just says recent surge of licensed game. Are you worried it'll limit creativity? I think so.
I don't think it will. I think that.
Think it will either.
I
mean, you can't do whatever you want with Indiana Jones. Like, by the law of using somebody else's IP, it limits creativity.
Well, you kind of can. You can
no, you
tell
can't.
Your own story.
You can't do whatever you want. You can't rape Indiana Jones in your video game. You can't do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm making an extreme example to you're like, yes, you can. No, you can't. They can't do anything without Disney's approval. That's a part of the IP license.
They can do what they want to do as long as it's established in the lore. They can. It's like a director.
No, we are both reasonable adults to know that they're going to be able to do. They have liberty with the IP as long as it makes sense. But again, it has to make sense with Disney's approval. That's all I'm saying. Like, by the letter of the law, does it limit creativity? Yeah, you're limited. If you're making a Star Wars game, you're limited with what you can do. To the laws of the IP, you are limited. If you were making your own game, there are no limits. You do whatever you want.
Creativity, because you look at Star Wars Outlaws, like, that's not a Star Wars game we've ever seen. So I don't feel like you're really stifling the creativity. You're giving them a whole new space to be creative in.
Okay, fair.
I don't think it's lost anything there, honestly. Because you're not.
I feel like this is me rolling a rock up a hill because I'm arguing with two people that love licensed shit. So, like, I'm not going to win this.
Dev hates licensed stuff.
No, he does not.
I want the new
bullshit. He loves all that stuff.
Give me this.
He hates it.
This man has gone hard for Avengers and all that stuff. Like, no,
great story.
He does not hate. He loves.
I want Ghost of Tsushima.
He just likes his licensed stuff.
Cyberpunk. I want that type of stuff. I don't need to play every Marvel game. I don't need to play all that stuff. I very much like new shit that I ain't never seen before. So I'm with you on that. Like I said, I don't feel like there's a bunch of I feel like there's a slew of licensed stuff. I feel like we still have plenty of new things as well.
I think if you were counting the amount of, we'll say AAA, and however you want to define it, who cares? If you were counting the amount of AAA announcements year over year that had IP, like licensed IPs in them, I think this past year would be higher than maybe the last 5 years. There's
I
more
kinda
of
agree.
them. There's more of them.
I think
That's what
there are more
when he
bigger
says the
companies to
slew,
make games.
he's not saying everything is, but he's just saying there are more of them. And of course there are, as gaming begins to tighten a bit, as we've seen, layoffs and profits and everything tighten, these publishers that are making these super expensive games, they're going towards things that are better bets. They're going to have less Immortals of Avium, which gets closed down because nobody knows what it is, nobody plays it, and they're going to make something that's licensed instead. I don't hate. I'm not arguing. I'm actually not even arguing against it. I know why they're doing it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but like I know why they're doing it, and I don't disagree with it. It makes sense. I don't want to be the anti IP person, but I was just by the way Barrett asked the question. There are more licensed games being made now than there were. That's the slew. And do I think it limits creativity? I think you are bound by the IP to do. You have to exist within those boundaries.
I think for me, it's also the fact that I'm not paying attention to half those games. Like nothing on my list of games for this year is licensed IP. It's
if that Star Wars games is coming out, it's definitely on my radar, but I don't think it's coming out this year.
Yeah, it's not even on my radar. I don't know something about them.
I was really into what they showed. That looked great. Like I want to play that. That game does a lot more for me than like Indiana does. Like if you're comparing, these are two licensed games that I'm not particularly in, and I'm way more into like what I saw from Outlaws than Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that just makes me want more Tomb Raider or something or Uncharted. Like,
kind of.
I don't really need the Outlaws. It's not Star Wars I want to play it. I guess I don't know. Somebody just didn't click for me. But yeah, most of the games I'm looking at this year aren't licensed IP. Like I don't have a licensed IP on my list of games at all. So I think that's part of why I'm like, what's slew? There's a slew of them.
And there's also, in addition to like those big ones we threw out, there's also like a lot of small, like we saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. There are those games coming out too, you know.
I guess, I guess for me, it just feels like, par for the course because those games have always been around. So it just didn't feel like new stuff. Because for Ninja Turtles, I also got Streets of Rage. So,
yeah.
But like I always say, if you want new IP, you got to support new IP.
That's a good point.
That's the thing. If you're
I did not support Immortals of Avium.
How many games we have seen get shut down because no one bought it? Like,
yeah.
It was quite a few.
A lot.
Quite a few. Forspoken.
Forspoken.
Atlas Fallen gets shut down.
Yep. That game
quite
looks
a few. It was like a lot of them that got shut down is because nobody supported them.
Yeah.
And then we've talked about this before. I mean, it is a chicken or the egg thing, right? If you don't immediately support it, they shut it down. But it's like, well, how can you build support if it's a brand new thing and nobody's ever played it before? Like you got to give it time. Let it give it time to percolate. Let people find it. Give it enough time to let people find it. It doesn't have to be. It does feel like a lot of companies are making like $100 million investments on something that has to be an instant hit.
Right.
And it's like maybe if you're trying to launch a new IP, maybe be a little bit more frugal, a little bit more reserved, and maybe not big something that has to be an immediate return on investment. Like maybe have something that can, grow with time. But
make an 8 to 12 hour game instead of trying to create, your first game being your 50-hour, open world.
We don't get
ridiculousness
like conservative projects like that anymore. Like nobody's doing that.
Make Hellblade first and then make Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. It's like I feel bad because I have yet to play Immortals. I'm still waiting on a sale and a time when I want to play it. I do want to try it. But I didn't buy it because I didn't really know what I was getting. And there's a lot of things to choose from. So I don't like, is that my bad? Like, am I at fault for them closing, or like, is it shared? Is it both of us, or is it them? They put a game out in a really competitive market, and I had better choices, things that I knew more anyway, maybe not better, but things that I knew. What am I going to play? Am I going to stop everything, play Immortals, or am I going to play Cyberpunk? This game I love. I played Cyberpunk. Like I played Phantom Liberty. Sorry, Immortals, I'll catch you on the flip side.
But that's the catch-22 about these type of things. If it's something you want to put, they have to. Their job is to make you want to play it.
Yeah.
And if they don't drag you enough to make you want to play it, then what can you do?
Again, and they do that because they're spending how much money to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they're like, we've got to have something that catches your attention.
I realize that the abnormal one. I buy like a whole bunch of new games. Like I'll play it later on, but I am not normal in this situation.
Yeah, I ain't got it like that, Delvin.
Most people will be like,
He's over here.
I'll wait till it's on Game Pass.
I ain't out here just buying games to play later. I ain't got it like that.
Yeah,
I buy a lot of games, but damn, I ain't buying games just for the future.
Yeah, I buy mine in advance. Like, all right, I know
Wow.
I can play this. I'll buy it right now. I have money, and so when it's time to play it, I can play it.
He's a drug kingpin. You know,
Yeah, I would like to see. I would love to see smaller, high quality projects that come out at cheaper prices.
I agree.
You mean like
They
Hellblade?
should do more of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Hellblade.
Yeah, exactly like Hellblade.
But could you imagine if Immortals was 10 to 12 hours and it was $40?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
You know,
we need more stuff like that.
it would have just been it would have been an easier sell for people to take a chance on Immortals. And I'm just using Immortals to make a point. It could be insert any other game. Forspoken, like insert another game. But that's what I'm thinking of. When you have a brand new IP that you're launching to a crowded marketplace, it's like, and give the consumer something to latch on to. Like I got Hellblade because it was cheap. Like I was like, okay, you know, it's like we'll try it. It's not, you know, it's $30. It's not $60, $70. You know, so I'm not like picking this over something else. I can maybe do both. I could get this one and maybe that one. You know, it's nobody really wants to work in that space no more.
Yeah. I said it before. It's kind of hard to get somebody to invest. I know it seems like it's only $10. Get somebody to invest $69.99 in a brand new game.
Because
That's
people fretting over Netflix raising the price for $3.
Yeah,
They're asking for $70.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that. Delvin's buying games in the future, but if Netflix raises the price, like fuck you guys.
Fuck them. Exactly.
But he's buying games. He's buying stacks of games to play in July.
You got to stand on business, Donnie. You got to stand on business. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even opposed to like the licensed games. I'm excited to see that they're not like. It'd be nice if they weren't all superhero licensed. You know, it'd be nice if we saw more licenses. It'd be nice if like Batman had like a license that could go out beyond.
He does.
You know, like Suicide Squad and stuff.
He's just not in either of the games.
Right. Exactly. I think the Blade one is a good one, but like Lord knows whenever that shows up. But also, we also talk about this license being less of a risk and stuff. Like, what was that game that came out that didn't really? Well, like I was saying, like just because you have a license doesn't mean success either.
Yeah.
What was what's the Marvel the space folks? Guardians of the Galaxy. That game didn't really like super take off or anything like that.
I
That was
thought
a big license at the time.
I think it had like a cool splash. It did well.
It's sold very well, but Square Enix is on crack. They have these really ridiculous expectations.
Nothing does well for Square Enix.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's it.
It's supposed to.
We wanted this game to sell 20 million copies, and it only sold 10. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
I was trying to find it.
Yeah. I think that one did good. And also got like
Guardians of the Galaxy game sales disappoint despite high praise was the first thing that popped up when I looked at it.
Nothing it meets the Square Enix bar of approval that ain't Final Fantasy. And even I don't think those meet their bar of approval. I swear to God.
They did 3 million units. No, that's Tomb Raider. I don't know. I don't have a number. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just because you have the license, that doesn't mean it's a sure thing either. But you do have a built-in audience to market to.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a part of it. But the last part of that question is
I was going to say the second half of this question. Yeah.
That's the better question anyway. Is what developer would you be most disappointed to see move to licensed content, like to license a game?
Only licensed games?
Let's just say what developer, if they announced their next project and it was a licensed game, do you think it disappoint you most? Even if it's a license you love. Like what's a developer you would take away from an original IP to do a licensed game?
Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
That wouldn't bother me, actually. I was trying to think of that. And I'm like, whatever they make, I'm probably going to play. I don't care if it's licensed.
Sure.
I have an answer for you, Donnie, about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. What did you do?
It said the game reached 8 million players.
Yeah, that's not. Oh, that's not sales though.
Because did it Game Pass?
Yeah, it did come to Game Pass. That's how I played it.
So that's a pretty decent number of players that it reached.
Yeah, but that's on sales.
Let me see if it tells
Yeah.
me.
Wasn't it Epic too? It's a free game on Epic.
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think it went to Epic like exclusively, but I don't think it was free. Or maybe it was. It did. You know what? I take it back. It did go free on Epic like very recently, and I missed it. I think it was one of their free games the day, like when they were doing their free game every day, and I missed it.
My first thought when I thought this was the Coalition. That was the first thing I thought of. But the Coalition made that Matrix demo. And if they came out and they're like, we're making a Matrix game, I'd actually be pretty fucking excited. You know? And I've always kind of, but I've also always wanted the Coalition to have something not Gears. I think it's important for a studio to like not be defined by one franchise. You know, it's just good for like talent, like to incorporate new ideas, you know, to not just be Call of Duty, Gears, Halo. You know, it's nice to have other things. So the Coalition wouldn't bother me as much. It's just I really like what they do with Gears, and I wouldn't want them to be like farmed out to like a Star Wars game or something. I wouldn't want that to happen. Probably id. I kind of want id to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And if that's a licensed game, good for them. But like, I don't want them to be like brought into something. Like they're not like the studio Porthouse. Like, you know, they're in. Like they should do whatever the hell they want to do. Quake, Doom, you know, Unreal Tournament, whatever the fuck they want to do, let them do it. I think there are rumors that they may be working on a Star Wars game. It would be nice to see different licenses come into games that wasn't Star Wars and superheroes. You know,
They are, but
you got that. You got Indy.
You got Aliens.
That's what I'm talking about. It'd be nice to like we got like The Walking Dead, right? And like Wolf Among Us. It'd be nice to like lean more into like different spaces, especially with like multimedia and movies and books and shit.
Yes. I'm trying to think what would be a good one.
Like Scott Pilgrim, things like that. It'd be cool to get more stuff like that.
G.I. Joe. I want to see that.
Been waiting on a good G.I. Joe game my entire life.
I said, didn't they just make a G.I. Joe game?
They did. It was trash.
Yeah, of course it
one
was.
coming out
G.I. Joe
for
game.
Steam. One coming out like later this year.
Yeah, like you got like your Transformers games.
Those are good.
The Devastation game, Transformer Devastation. What was it, War for Cybertron or something? Those were decent.
And Fall of Cybertron. Those are really good.
Yeah, I can't think of a studio. I don't be paying enough attention to who's making what to say, yeah, I want this studio to make an IP, or I don't want this studio to make licensed IP. I can't think of nobody.
It would just be folks that are like really ingrained in kind of what they do. Like, who made Returnal? Is it Housemarque?
Housemarque. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'd want them doing licensed stuff because they're real creative and like different. They're real different, you know. And I like to let them like keep doing that. They keep doing their own thing. That's how I kind of feel like about id, you know. Like just let them do their own thing. Where like Machine Games is awesome what they do, but like what they do isn't like super unique, you know.
Really?
They just kind of make action games. So if anything, they're a good fit for that. Just like Dishonored, like they're just Arcane's a really good fit for Blade. Whether I like it or not doesn't matter. Like it's just a good fit for them. You want more things like that and less things like we're just going to do Avatar. You know, like
yeah. Told you,
even though it is beautiful,
great game,
beautiful game.
It is the original one.
Yeah, first one was great.
The new one is not good.
Never played. Cord has a question. He says, "Is that a transformer?" What the hell is he talking about?
So, okay, I have an answer for this.
I figured
Donnie
you
posted the questions this week, and he posted a picture of a box, and that was Court's question.
No. Does my Alienware count as a transformer?
No.
Alientron.
Is a transformer a mech or an exosuit?
Neither. It's a sentient being.
There you go.
What?
There's nobody inside the transformer. It's not fitting over something. It's its own
Okay,
thing.
I got you.
It's sentient.
I still think you're way off on the exosuit.
Nope.
Deus Ex is like an exosuit. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is an exosuit.
Yeah.
That's what exosuit is.
Yeah.
That's not Titanfall's legit mech. It is a fucking mech. It opens up, you get inside of it, and you drive it around. It's a mech.
No.
Yeah.
It's an
It's
exosuit.
fucking Gundam Wing.
It's exosuit.
It's Gundam Wing. It's Armored Core.
It's not Gundam. Do you know how big Gundams are?
Okay, so it's a smaller one. It's a micro Gundam. It's still Gundam.
It's
Like it's not based on size. It is a type, not size. It's not.
What is a Titan? The whole idea. Titan means big. Titan means big as fuck.
That didn't have to.
Yes, it does.
There's a Titan truck.
Yes.
It's the size of a pickup truck.
No, it's a big pickup truck. It's bigger.
It's a mech.
Titan
It's
is
definitely a
big.
mech. You're wrong on the exosuit.
An exosuit.
That's not what an exosuit is.
Yeah, it is.
Baylor asked the question:
And I'm telling you,
is there a blockbuster movie that you would like to see converted to a video game series? I keep talking about this damn mech.
he said a blockbuster movie, and I literally was thinking like blockbuster.
I'm thinking blockbuster
I
video.
was like, what? When you look up exosuit, it's like people in a suit, like you can still see their hands and
Oh
arms
my
and stuff. It's
God.
like the
This is
stuff that
second
goes
week we're having
around
this
them.
conversation.
They're not encapsulated completely in the suit.
And
That's an exosuit. That's like what exosuit means.
Yeah, like Iron
Exterior, like suit.
like Iron Man. Iron Man.
No, I think Iron Man's a mech too.
Nah, it's exosuit.
It's not. It's a mech.
Absolutely. Exosuit.
No, I don't think so. I think by definition, Iron Man is a mech.
Answer the goddamn question. Jesus Christ. Give me a 45 more minutes talking about a Nexus.
What's the question?
We have other questions here on the packet.
We got like 20 more questions. Are you till 4 o'clock in the morning?
We're from Tara.
Yeah.
Tara said, I'm just going to blow my wad and give you all the questions.
Yeah.
We should have a really good Matrix video game series, like a really good one, like a stellar, top notch.
Yes,
That makes no
please.
sense why we don't have that.
That'd be
No, why
great.
that doesn't
That'd be
exist.
great.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah, wasn't it?
It's absurd that
No.
like that's not a thing.
Yeah.
We don't have like a great great Matrix trilogy of games.
Snurk,
It's a damn
do not
shame.
encourage this shit. Let them
I would
end this
love-
goddamn conversation.
Dude, I would love a John Wick game that's like Streets of Rage, like a John
Ooh.
Wick beat 'em up would be fucking
That would
dope.
be good.
If it was like all comic-y and shit, that would be badass.
Not John Wick Hex, please.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that was
No.
terrible.
Why did they think that would work?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's the same reason they were doing what Hitman Go and Tomb Raider Go and all that just dumb shit. Nobody wants that. And those are fun games. Just a
They're
lot of people
fine,
don't
but
want them. A lot of people
When I
don't
think
want
John
them.
Wick game, I'm like,
Right, of
this
course,
is not
of
what I want
course.
to play.
And like John Wick is fine. I love John Wick. Maybe more than the Matrix. But like the game part of it doesn't make as much sense as the Matrix. The Matrix, God, that screams video game.
Mhm.
Bending walls and physics and dodging bullets and shit and jumping out of different space. Like think of like the riffs that you got in Ratchet and Clank and shit. Like what if you're in the Matrix and like your simulation just suddenly changed? Scenes just completely changed. Like, come on. It's totally a
That'd be
video
amazing.
game. It's totally a video game. And the fact that we've never gotten one, and I mean, I know we've had the Matrix games, but like, you know what I mean?
No, they
Like
weren't.
the one, like Spider-Man and Batman, we should have the Matrix. Like that, it should sit
Yes.
right alongside those. It's ridiculous that we don't have it. And it's
Yeah.
like it's a world bursting with ways of being creative and like doing new things.
Yeah, they had that MMO that did really well for a time.
Did they really? A Matrix
Yeah.
MMO?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never saw that. I don't know what that is.
that was a
Yeah,
while
to
ago.
me.
it was a long time ago. But yeah,
I played one on Xbox. I remember playing a Matrix
it's
game.
called The Path of Neo.
Yeah.
The Path of Neo was the one that
Or
was on
Into-
the console, but there was an MMO that actually
Or
like
Enter the Matrix.
led into the story. Into the Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But man, you could see it. It could be like kind of Infamous-y, kind of Max Payne-y, like open world. Like, oh god, that you could fly into that shit would be dope.
I would
He's so
also
good.
have some seafood because I need that.
Oh man, it would be so good. Be so good. Be such a badass. Be blocking people's bullets and shit, doing some force shit.
No.
Throwing. Oh man, be awesome.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
I feel like Matrix is dead as a franchise, though. So
really,
Yeah.
that last movie, people did not like.
I enjoyed the last.
I
movie.
liked it.
I enjoyed it.
I liked it too, but it was critically panned for the most part.
And they also came out with that demo, like the stress test. I thought that was pretty. Yeah, the reception to that was pretty strong. It'd be wild for them to make this entire stress thing and then we never get anything from that, and it never is.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
God, that would suck.
Yeah. I like the last movie, but I like Revelation. Revelation was terrible.
Revelation was trash.
I'm trying to remember which one that was.
Exactly.
Is that the one with the twins, or is that the one back at like home base?
Home base.
I like that one more than the one with the twins. The one with the twins, the second one, right? And you guys are talking about Matrix 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like Matrix 3.
You will.
You're the only one who did.
I like Matrix 3. That might be my second favorite one.
There's only 3 of them, so that I don't
no,
really
not the fourth one.
4.
I don't count that last one.
So I would probably go 1, 3, 4, 2. I didn't like 2.
Wow.
I would
the
go
Keymaker and shit. I didn't like that at all. It was dumb. It's too much.
I think I might go 2. 1, 2.
Ooh, Animatrix. If you count, does that count?
That counts.
It counts, but it's not a cohesive story. It's a bunch of shorts.
Yeah. Okay. What other blockbusters are you guys doing the games?
Mine's gonna be off the wall, but it's Enter the Dragon.
Oh, it's good. There was an Enter the Dragon game.
There was?
I think so. Yeah. Well, you said that, and I saw it in my head. I'm like, I played that. It's been some time. I think so. I'm pretty sure they did that. Hang on.
I think doing an Enter the Dragon.
I think my roommate in high school had that game.
That'd be cool.
Enter the Dragon. It's a video game?
I thought that was
That's a good idea, by the way.
Yeah, looks like there was one.
Oh, I see this.
Back in 2010. Enter the Dragon. Become a Kung Fu legend with Bruce Lee.
On what system?
I can't find.
I'm trying to look and see. Dragon the Bruce Lee story video game.
That is not good.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Every time I try to Google it, I just keep coming up with the damn movie. It's gonna be hard to.
Just put game after it. Enter the Dragon.
I did that.
Yeah. I got games. I didn't get the movie at all.
I got nothing but Are you using
something on Steam? But that's not
Bing.
It. I'm using Google. I don't fuck with Bing. Bing be giving me stupid.
Yeah, I gotta get those Microsoft points, so I just gotta wade through the stupid. I will use Bing for money for sure. This is super great podcasting.
Yeah. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. That was a Genesis game, but I don't see anything for Enter the Dragon. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I'm looking up. There's the Bruce Lee story. That might be it. I thought there was one. I almost feel like I can see the box, but yeah, I had a roommate that had something like that. It may not have been Enter the Dragon or Bruce Lee, but it was supposed to maybe be that. It's like the Pal World version of that, probably. But I remember something. I want to say it was original Xbox. I had a roommate shortly after I got out of high school. Something that was like 2006. I had a roommate who had games, and I had games, and we would share. And I remember he was playing something like that. It was very similar to like that, or at least that's what I thought it was, you know. And yeah, I don't remember. I have to look it up one day.
Bruce Lee should have more video games.
Yeah, that's also a thing that makes sense, you know. Like, of course, Bruce Lee should have video games. It makes sense.
Could have made Sifu a Bruce Lee game. Just saying. Yeah, it was great.
A great idea.
It's like we have Mortal Kombat. You know, like could be a part of that. Fits right in.
He's Liu Kang.
Right.
All right, we're gonna do 2 more questions because we're at that 3-hour mark.
Okay. What was your blockbuster?
I don't have one.
Oh,
Matrix is fine. That works. It's
He
good
doesn't
enough.
like movies.
I don't really care about movies that way. Yeah.
what TV show then?
Family Matters.
They already made a game out of it, and I don't have any desire to play it. And it's The Expanse. I don't want to play a Telltale Expanse game. Yeah, no, thank you.
I still haven't finished that one.
Yeah. Probably means you weren't
Like
that
episode
interested.
1.
You dodged the bullet, Dev.
Yeah, exactly. Tara says, out of the games that you are most looking forward to, which one would you want to see released immediately if it were possible? Replaced. Give me Replaced already, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Ugh. I feel Final Fantasy's close anyway, so I wouldn't say that one. Oh, fuck it. I'll go Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones.
Indy! Donnie's list is so vast, he can't decide.
Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say Hellblade.
All in
Hellblade's so
alphabetical
soon. I can wait for
Mhm.
Hellblade. It's not that far away. If I could take one of these games and have it come out tomorrow and play it.
Donkey Kong versus Mario.
Probably Space Marine 2.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm thinking maybe
Good answer.
Stalker. Replace is a good answer. Ooh. The Plucky Squire.
There you go.
Oh yeah, forgot all about that one. Is that actually coming out this year?
We'll find out together.
We'll
Take my hand, Dev.
Let's go.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. All right, last question of the night comes from none other than Delvin Jr., who is also playing Prince of Persia, unlike his father. He says, a big company gives you the budget to make any game of your dreams. What the hell are you making? It's a tough call. I don't know. I don't make video
I've
games.
said mine before. So I'll wait.
I don't want to make another Transformers game because I feel like we've gotten some really good Transformers games, so I'm not too mad at that. You know what? I'm going to say
Yo game. Starring Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
That's a good one. I like it. I'm going to reboot Mass Effect.
Aren't they doing that?
No.
Was that Andromeda?
They're making a new Mass Effect.
Do you guys remember Andromeda happened? Like that was a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that. Do you remember the memes from Andromeda?
Sure.
I remember the knees. Remember like the knees? People were walking like the knees were bent weird. I remember the knees.
They were walking like the aliens from Men in Black.
Yeah.
There you go.
I remember
There you
knees.
go. That's what I'll do. I'll make a Men in Black game.
I love that you both went instantly to a licensed game. You're like, you get all the money to make a game, and you're like, I'm going to make a licensed game.
I'm not creative.
Wow.
Because we know that no one else is going to make these games. I've always wanted a Men in Black game because I love Men
I've
in
always
Black.
wanted a G.I. Joe game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's interesting. It's interesting that, like, you went right to, like, you've got nothing you want to make of your own.
No, fuck that. That's work.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
I don't want games.
My bad.
Games.
You want me to come up with a whole concept right now of a game? No.
I've got two.
Fuck
yeah,
that.
I've got two concepts that immediately come to mind.
Go for it.
Go for
I ain't
it.
got time like that.
I've said them before. Okay, so the first one is I would love to make. I've always wanted Nintendo to make a 2D, 3D Mario game. That's both. I want them, like, Mario to, like, move the world in 3D and then, like, maybe like a Link Between Worlds thing, like be able to, like, slap onto the walls or something and do 2D Mario levels in a 3D world.
Mario Switch.
They don't do that in Odyssey?
Get it?
Not real, like there's little bits of it, right? But I want like a full blown game
Full
built like
game.
on that mechanic, like
Yeah.
it'd be core to it. Like maybe like
Call
the
them all-
tied together, like you got to go through one to get to the other side and all that stuff. I just wanted to be more ingrained. But the game that I would make is I would make the golf game of my dreams. I've said it before. If I can make a game, I would make the golf game of my dreams. It would be Hot Shots Mario Golf-esque in like look and design. Like we'd have characters, it'd be a custom created character. I would think of it more like characters would be more like a wrestling game where you could create and share online, and you could have like maybe like leagues and stables. I would have an online community that would start and have tiers. So you could play online multiplayer. You could start like local, and you go amateur, and you go like semi-pro, and you go professional, and you go like US, Europe, world, global tours, right? And you'd have to work your way up there. The hook of the game is the thing that I could never like really get down. I would want a campaign. It'd be super fun. Go through like a list of courses and like become like champion. And I would maybe make people do that before they could play online. The thing that I never really like, the thing that I think is missing from a lot of golf games is that video gamers are too good at the golfing mechanics in video games. The 3-click swing or the stick swing, like they're too good at it.
Yes.
Too many people can just like be perfect all the time. And that's like not a golf thing. Golf is a game of misses, which is like the famous quote. So I want some sort of random element to add into the golf swing. I'm not exactly sure how to do it, like either change the speed or change like the safe zone or make it change on the fly, or maybe even just put in a random element every so often that people have to hit around. It's like maybe every third swing, or like I've actually thought about it like you're gonna hate this, Dev, but I've thought about it.
Oh, I already hate this.
Okay. Okay, it's not so I'm not gonna say what I'm saying. Let me rephrase it. Think of like an RPG. Think like a Pokemon, like a turn-based thing. What if you only had like so many golf shots that you can hit and you have to manage them? So there's like the standard shot that's like random, but you had like 5 big hit swings, 5 super accurate swings, 5 like draws, 5 fades, and you had to work those in, but your standard swing was random. So like you wouldn't have enough swings to make around the course being perfect all the time. So there would be like a random element that you'd have to play around, which I think would be a lot of fun. You know, and when I say random element, you know what I'm talking about? No. All right. So
it's a random swing.
no, not that. You know the 3-click swing, right? You start it, you set the power, and you come back to the accuracy.
Sure.
I'm thinking when you come back to the accuracy, like you hit power and then the accuracy is random. Like it comes down and like maybe you're 100% accurate, maybe you're 95% accurate, maybe this is an 80% accurate swing. Like there's a little bit of randomness. So you just can't be perfect the whole time. It's just not allowed. And you have to play around that. Like, so maybe this is a mishit. But you have some agency, like I said, you have these certain like an RPG, you have these certain swings that you can make whenever you want, like a power shot. So you could like open the power shot and you're like, this one I want to have full control over. Like this next shot means a lot to me. So there's like a strategy in addition to the sport, I guess. And then to top it all off is I want a course creator. And like I'm gonna get way too technical here. Okay. In Hot Shots Golf, the levels are designed on a plane like this. And like when you start the level, you see the hole, it like spins around, right? So instead of you having to build like a whole golf course, I just want you to focus on you build the hole. And then you could link multiple holes together to build a course. So it's like Mario Maker. Like you're just building the level, one level at a time. And then like everybody could share their courses online. So like everybody could create their own course and they could share it online. You could play everybody's courses. We have a single player campaign. We have multiplayer, and it'd be like this brand new golf mechanic that's kind of built around like this RPG power shot random thing. I think it'd be really competitive, and I think it'd be really fun.
That could be cool.
I like it.
That just got like way too nerdy on a golf game.
I mean,
sorry.
no, you went downy on golf, and that's typically how it goes. I'm not playing any golf games, so you're not winning me over with any of it.
A big part of the creative character is that so like people could like make Tiger and make Phil and make Arnold and like we could make the like wrestling fans do. We could make the golfers
laying this thing.
Yeah. It's like Golf Story meets NCAA, like a little WWE No Mercy in there, and like some online play. Yeah, it's like some of my favorite things together, mashed together into a golf game.
I see. Okay.
I like it.
Delvin's gonna play that. He's buying that for sure.
I think it'd be a great game. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I mean, of course they do. That's what I would do if I had the budget.
That'd be fun.
But it's like I'm gonna make a G.I. Joe game.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Dev's just taking all the money and just giving it to somebody else.
I'm not creative.
Like, I'm gonna make the thing that nobody else is making.
I just want to play video games. I don't want to have to think about designing or creating things. No, thank you.
Knowing our luck, Dev, you'll make that G.I. Joe game, and instead of starring Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, it'll star Roadblock.
Right.
What kind of G.I. Joe game are you making? I mean, you said you're gonna make a G.I. Joe, but what is the game gonna be like?
He's making the ninja game.
Is it a 2D game? Is it a 3D game? Is it a shooter? Like, what are you doing?
It's a third-person action adventure game starring Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. It's basically
What is it most like? If you had to compare it to another game, what is it most like?
Ghost of
Tsushima and Sifu.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's making a martial arts game.
Absolutely.
And what's your Men in Black game like?
It's like Men in Black.
No. What other game is it like? If you're making a Men in Black game, what's it like?
No, it'd be like Resident Evil. Gameplay Resident Evil.
Okay.
Like the modern Resident Evil game, not the
So third-person action
the
adventure game.
originals, not the tank controls.
Not tank controls. Third-person action adventure. Probably more like Resident Evil 2.
Do Men in Black shoot stuff?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, guns.
I don't remember. I haven't seen the movie in forever.
Yeah. They had cool guns and a cool car.
It's like space guns, right? Like they like zap people?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Then Will Smith would dance. That's how that worked.
I got one more.
Too.
I'm gonna join you guys in your licensing.
Okay.
I want an NBA jam that's just Space Jam.
That's a good idea.
So, like, just two teams?
No, like you could have all the different characters to create your own teams, but like maybe mix in some NBA players too. Like small time, like literally NBA Jam, but like mix it with Space Jam.
Is it gonna be the LeBron James Space Jam?
No, not that.
So basically NBA Jam with just the Monstars in the game.
And Looney Tunes, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Nailed it. And Bill Murray.
Will Michael Jordan be in the game?
Yeah, no, gotta have Michael Jordan. Yeah, of course, Michael Jordan's in the game.
NBA Jam, because there were so many hidden characters that damn.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like you just do the whole thing. And there's like a stage, there's like a whole Looney Tune court and everything, and it's like, yeah, it's NBA Jam. It's just mostly NBA Jam. You got all the teams NBA Jam, but like also the Looney Tunes, the Monsters are here, and you can mix up your teams and stuff and have fun times. That'd be awesome.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
They had a Space Jam. I think it was Super Nintendo game. Wasn't that good? It was not
Really?
NBA Jam at all. I think.
Well,
it was Super
Xbox
Nintendo.
did that LeBron James Space Jam like
That
indie
wasn't good
thing.
either.
I was like, I'm not playing that.
Didn't know either of those things were a thing.
It'd be cool to have like the boom shlacklacos, but also like incorporate some Looney Tunes. Like maybe you could have like Daffy or something do like voiceover for like the announcer or something. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It was a PlayStation 1 game. There you go.
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
PlayStation 1.
That's one game?
All right, now I gotta look at it.
Yes.
Wouldn't it? Why?
Space Jam.
How many years late is that? Well, I guess maybe not.
Oh shit! It looks like NBA Jam, but it's not NBA Jam though. But
No.
it's a side-scrolling basketball game.
By Acclaim.
Like it's kind of
I
it's
remember
trying.
playing.
Of course it's by Acclaim. Of course it's by Acclaim. That makes
yeah.
way
Who
too
else made
sense.
shit from like 1985 to 2003?
It had to be on Super Nintendo then as well. It couldn't have just been on PlayStation.
I think it was just on PlayStation.
There's so many characters. Yeah, that's the problem. There's too many people on screen. Imagine if the Monstars could like do like just brutal power up shit. You know, they just smack the shit, smack you across the ring, just like break the board and stuff. It'd be super fun. This looks bad. This looks terrible, Delvin.
I remember it being bad. That's why I was like, oh, I thought it was on Super Nintendo. I'm like, oh, yeah, it was PlayStation.
Delvin's been
Just
playing
licensed
terrible
games.
games his entire life.
Yeah, my life story.
Sega Saturn. God, what a sad system.
You can't say that Super Nintendo. You're like, your name is Super Nintendo. You cannot rep Sega.
I had a Sega Saturn. I did not know enough to realize how trash that was at the time.
I never had
At the
one.
time, I was like, "This is great. I love video games." And then fast forward later, like, "Oh, that was terrible. It was
Wonderful
so
game I
bad."
didn't have.
One good game. That's it. Nights into Dreams.
I never played that. I had NFL Quarterback Club '99.
Oh, not Quarterback Club. I'm so
No.
sorry.
Because I got the Saturn out of a pawn shop, you know, I got all my games cheap, but I remember I had Die Hard. That was my first introduction to Die Hard, was through the video game, which was awesome, actually. I remember liking that game a lot. I don't know if it's awesome now, but at the time, I thought that game was amazing. Because it was like kind of open world and shit, and you could like walk around and blow everybody up. It was fun. I remember I had a lot of fun playing that game. I remember you had like a snowmobile chase scene and shit. Like, actually, when I think about that game, I'm like, that was insane that I played that game back then. Because it seemed to be like maybe ahead of its time, but maybe that's just
I think that was
glasses.
the arcade version.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it the trilogy or something? It was definitely the movie tie-in, I think.
I think the Saturn had got like the arcade version of it, something like that, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
And I had
the PlayStation got like the dumped down version of it.
Oh, really?
That wasn't as good. Yeah.
I had some arcade game that had like some old arcade games, like moon shooters and stuff like that, kind of. But I had Die Hard, I had Quarterback Club, I had Virtua Cop, I think it was called, where like you were like a cop on rails, and like these terrorists like took over the airport and stuff, and you would like shoot them over the cars.
It's an arcade game. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think maybe just a couple other sports games. I think I had a baseball game, maybe. And I was gonna say maybe a Sonic game, but the Sonic game, actually, I think I may have a demo that was a Sonic game. But I remember for the longest time I could never find games. Like I couldn't find I'd go to shops and stuff and they just weren't around. So I just kind of played Quarterback Club for a long time. I didn't have it that long. I had it for like one funny memory. My mom was dating some people. We had like some people living in our apartment at the time, and they just left it.
Some people.
Yeah. I mean, there was multiple people.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll just keep it as clean as I can. It was multiple people there. And they just left it. And they just never came back one day. They left and they never came back. And there was just like this Saturn in my house. So I took it up and put it in my room. And got games at the pawn shop like I always did. And I think I maybe had it for like a year.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah. It wasn't very good.
Your mom's boyfriend left you a Saturn. My mom's boyfriend left me trauma.
On that note,
That's there too, but at least I got a Saturn out of the deal.
Yeah. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. Please feel free to come check us out on the Discord. There's a tap link that has links to all of our stuff. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, wherever you can find social media, you can play some video games. So check us out.
That's it.
Discord is the best place.
Honest with you.
Yeah.
You can go to Twitter. We're not doing anything there.
You're not doing anything, but you can find stuff.
You can follow, and like when we go live,
Shows.
it'll tell you that we're live. That's really what our Twitter does. That's like the whole purpose.
I just meant to find the shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Discord.
I'm there.
But if you want to come hang out, the Discord is the
Now
place
we're talking.
You can
That's
listen to
where we
me
are.
and Donnie argue about all kind of stuff. You think that exosuit conversation was something? Come check out the Discord. It gets way worse.
Have fun with that.
Wait till we get on Rob 3000.
Oh, buddy.
Look at that.
He's back. He's all PlayStation. I'm so glad he's with you. You can keep
he's
him.
not. He's still.
Oh, he's all in you guys. Team
No.
XP.
You wish that he's gonna be that way.
Hang on. While we're here,
it's for the PS5.
I love that Rob goes through his like mood swings of games.
Mm-hmm.
That he will go in the Discord and be like, think I want to play some PlayStation 5 games. I'm like, okay, Rob. And he's like, maybe Last of Us Remastered. Okay, Rob. And then like 12 seconds later, he's got the PS5, he's done bought the game and everything. And then he'll come back as if there was a conversation that was had that would never happened. And he'd be like, yep, totally made the right decision with this call, guys. Thanks. We're like, what the fuck are you talking? You made the decision. Like, nobody. He does a lot. You know, he's like, the 3090 was the right deal. This was the good. Like, it's like he gives us confirmation of his own, own like compulsion.
Yes.
Rob
He confirms
3000
his impulse.
He plays video games like he has menopause.
Like I want it to go bad. It never goes bad. He's never like,
no,
that was a miss. You know, it's never. He's like, guys, you know what? I think Alan Wake 2 might be the best game ever. And then he confirmed, guys, I was right. Alan Wake 2 is the greatest game of all time.
Yeah.
You know, there's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that Rob 3000 takes us all on every week. And it's a joy. It's a joy to watch. It's a fantastic thing.
He's living his best life for all of us.
He is, right? Yeah, it's so funny. And like
keep encouraging him.
But like unbeknownst to anybody. Like this is just like it's his own universe that just happened.
Encouraging him to do this. I guarantee you, Rob 3000 has like a frozen head in his refrigerator.
What? Why?
Why? How did you get here?
Those are some
Where the hell did that come from?
Those are some bad serial killer tendencies.
Good Lord.
He's good in the smoking though. He's got all the grills and stuff, so you might be onto something.
Just saying.
Little fried green tomatoes action.
Look at
Jesus
the fridge.
Christ. Okay.
Little Scott Tenorman. Scott Tenorman there, Dave.
God damn it, you guys.
Infallible sadness.
Jesus. Good night. Play some video games.
How's the chili taste, Dad?
Nobody's sleeping in the middle of the bed. The middle of the bed is only where you do the business. But when everybody's ready to sleep, it's the side of the bed that can't be beat. It's the middle of the bed where lovers meet. But when it comes time to slumber, it's the edges. Ooh, 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 the edges.